You pushed the wrong button again.
I did. It was funny. Oh, it worked out okay. Here we go. Let's go. Hey, on today's Living in Las Vegas, I've lived here in town now for, it's been about 10 years. Look, there's the town right there. Pretty cool. Brett's lived here for 30 or 40 years, and as a result, we both have strong opinions on things that should remain here in town and things that should be removed. So on today's episode, we're going to play a special edition of Las Vegas. Keep, or kill. Plus, we've got live chat questions, we've got listener email, and the largest number of entries we've ever received for Have a Drink on Me. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast where if you're a fat guy and
you're Robin Leach
wearing a diaper and you think you should get paid for that, you're probably on my kill list. Apologies to Robin Leach. Let's get started. That was an accident.
How many takes was that?
That was take 7.
Team.
Living in Las Vegas 7 starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host. Yes? A man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Singer brother Scotty.
Mr. Scott Whitney. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Once again, our first time for a live audience here. We want to thank everybody for being here. Very attractive-looking group of people. I am your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa. Buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? Ooh, you're a very, very good-looking person. And I don't feel that I'm worried about our sexuality at all. I just find you very attractive. Oh, co-host? Yes, I have a co-host. He too is very attractive. Oh, he goes by many names. RQS, which of course is short for Real Quick Story. His best is, of course, Drinky Pants. We all know him. We love him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brett Grant, everybody.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
Oh,
who are you talking to before?
And
were you trying to talk to the audience?
No, Brad.
Or Winston Marsalis and the band?
Brad.
Mirror on the wall?
Brad. We all know that in broadcasting, you're connecting with the audience.
Oh.
It's us to them. People think broadcasting is one to many. No. It's 1 to 1.
It is. I'm right here, but you're talking over that direction.
Well, but I was talking to, there's somebody watching me right now going, oh,
that's pretty freaky. Is that guy on the sexual predator list?
That guy.
That's what they're asking.
I read an article about sexual predators. That's we're not going to talk about.
There you go. Exactly.
It was actually
Jackie's in the live chat.
Jackie, what's happening?
Hello, Jackie.
They actually have a little town for sexual predators. Okay, that's enough happy news. Okay, today's over and under. You know what? This one might go 2 hours.
Oh man.
Or not. Now, last week
or not
was a especially slim, very much like me version of the show.
I say nothing.
We did 1 hour, 30 minutes. It was the probably shortest show that we've ever done in our lives. This one will actually be about an hour. I'm just kidding with the 2 hour part.
Nothing's about an hour.
The live chat's already freaking out. 2 hours. Hold on, stand by.
Danny's like, that's 2 o'clock in the morning in Miami.
All right. Okay. But first, it's time for Real Quick Stories with Brett. Ready, Brett? And go.
Do I have is it time for me to do a real quick? This is a feel-good story. There is my younger brother, Barry, also known as Bear. He was a college baseball player back in the day. He played at the University of Memphis, and he still plays adult league baseball on a very high level, I should say. In fact, his team has won multiple national championships for their baseball play. But they got together. 2 teams got together. Probably about 40 guys. Now listen to this. Listen to this stat line for a baseball game. Ready? 185 errors.
Ooh.
540 players left on base.
Nice.
There were 792 hits, 518 runs scored, and they played 253 innings consecutively of baseball, setting a new Guinness Book of World Records.
It's impressive. Sounds very much like the 51s.
They just do that on a regular basis. Now, I don't know how long this took because I didn't ask, but I saw a video and my brother's swinging. It looked like it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't have any legs left as he was kind of walking to first base. Yeah, there was another guy who looked like he was about the size of Jabba the Hutt swinging a bat, and the bat was like a toothpick in this guy's hands as he jelly rolled down to first base. But great effort by the boys, and congratulations on a new world record. They did this across the river from St. Louis in Sauget, Illinois.
You also wanted to talk a little bit about Memorial Day.
I do. This is more of a rant for me about Memorial Day. First of all, I'm a patriotic guy. You served in our United States Air Force, and I thank you for your service. But Memorial Day has got nothing to do with Scott Whitney being a veteran. Not one thing about Scott Whitney being a veteran. We have Veterans Day for that. We have Armed Forces Day, where we remember all people who fought in the military, or served, I should say, in the military. Memorial Day is, take the word, if you fought for your country and you died, that's who we were honoring yesterday.
Yep.
Our veterans who died, not died in like 1978 at the age of 90, but died on the battlefield.
Right.
Okay, so people don't know that. That's number one. We don't really teach civics in school anymore. In fact, my own sons who are juniors in high school, they say, what's the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But my biggest rant, I did ground them. I took away the car keys and all that kind of stuff. But the other part, yesterday, now think about this as you were driving around yesterday, especially in your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
How many flags did you see flying here in your subdivision?
I don't remember seeing any.
Did you have one up?
Nope.
All right, we'll take that.
So you should ask me why.
Why not?
Okay. So we don't normally put up a single flag. What we normally do is put up a bunch of little flags.
Okay.
Like in our planners. And the reason why we didn't do it this time is because we didn't do it. We just completely forgot.
You forgot. Okay, I'll forgive you.
We just got here. We had guests. It's not really a good excuse. But we normally don't do the big flag. I think we had a problem with our HOA in our last place as well. But we just do a bunch of little flags. But we didn't do it. No, we didn't do it. And you're right. That's
well, I mean, I put my flag up. And then I looked around the neighborhood as I was driving around yesterday, and there was one other person on my street out of about, 10 houses. And then in the neighborhood, there's 2 ways to come in or out of our neighborhood. And I went both ways throughout the course of the day, and I didn't see any other flags.
I've heard that about you.
Exactly. I'm a little AC/DC. And I didn't see any flags.
Right.
So why are we not... Okay, I'll give you we forgot.
So
that happens.
Well, we moved is a problem. Otherwise,
but are we becoming as a country less patriotic? I think we are.
I think clearly we are.
Yeah, which I think sucks. Personally. Yeah, that's just me.
And so look, and I get that, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on this.
No.
I do get it. Part of what allows America to be America is forgetting that. And so I don't really spend a lot of time. I mean, I did serve. I did not get hurt. I was not in a bad time. Right. And I thank God for that. Mm-hmm. So I feel that you can be appreciative of people who have died in military, and you don't have to be external about it. I believe that can be an internal thing as well. But I do get your point about being able to put the flags out there. And like I said,
the other thing is, and this is, people take this rant, if you're on Facebook or Twitter and you're in social media, and people take Memorial Day as an option to vent their political beliefs one way or the other. Yeah. To the soldier, it's not political. You're fighting for your country. You're serving your country. You're not into the political part of it. Right. When the Germans are going across Europe and you're going into Normandy, or you're going into the Battle of the Bulge, or you're going into the battles of World War II or even World War I, or wherever you're would have been fighting, whether you're in Iraq or Afghanistan, whatever, and Vietnam, politics aside, the soldiers aren't in the battlefield in Vietnam going, God, I really don't like that Johnson. Shit, there's a kook. What? I mean, they're trying to stay alive. And they're trying to win and do their job.
I completely get it.
So it's got nothing to do with politics. So keep your politics out of it.
Video Network, we like veterans.
We love them.
And we think they're awesome.
And we remembered the fallen yesterday.
Yeah. On a different note, I invented a new drink this weekend.
A better way to bring it around full circle. Attaboy, Scotty.
I'll just do the best I can here.
You're drinking the garbage beer, and I'm drinking the Sam Adams Summer Ale.
The idea was Rochambeau. Whoever lost got the Coors Light again.
Scott thinks he won.
I didn't do well here. So here's we were drinking. No, well, yeah. Are you about ready for another one already?
Yeah,
I'm about ready.
Not quite.
I'm about empty. Anyways, so we came up with this drink, and the drink is called the Vampire Teabag.
Vampire Teabag. Okay.
And it has the connotation that you might think if you've ever played a video game and understand what teabagging is.
I understand.
Okay,
yes.
very good. So the Vampire Teabag, we thought that was hysterical while we were drinking lots of other things. Here's the Vampire Teabag. Ready? You take pomegranate juice.
Right.
Right?
Good stuff.
You over the rocks. You pour that in first. Vampires, they like the red.
Right. That's true.
Teabag at the bottom. So you put that pomegranate in first. Then you take a little bit of vodka. Now, I prefer gin. It's more manly. It's more of a vampire as opposed to a vampire. And then you add soda. Now, can you put in tonic? You can.
But you like the club soda.
Actually, I like the tonic.
Okay.
But the soda, club soda, makes it more manly.
And there's actually a tea bag at the bottom.
No, we just called it a vampire tea
okay.
bag because
you
it's
just said
red at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It's at the bottom.
You.
It looks
okay.
kind of, thing. So we did that.
Okay.
And then we learned, what else did I learn? I learned that there are certain,
Is it good?
Oh, it's really good.
Right.
That was the drink of choice for bocce ball, which I will talk about in a second. But here's a tip, everybody who plays a game called Cornhole. Cornhole.
How about Cornhole?
Okay. A Cornhole, which is the worst named game ever.
Right, unless you were playing it in a porn.
Or jail.
Right.
Or prison, because that's where that word comes from. But anyway, so here's what. So we're playing Cornhole. It was three of us who played primarily, myself and two other guys. Brandon and Paul. And so we're playing, and it's basically the three of us doing most of the playing, and we're playing, and Paul is kicking our ass. I mean, not 4 games, not 10 games, not 20 games. This guy probably won 30 or 40 games.
Who's got that kind of stamina to play that many games?
Well, you know what? You have a couple of Devil's Margaritas, about 50 of them, and we're all playing all day. And it was a little cool this weekend.
It was very nice.
So we didn't do a lot of swimming. It wasn't quite warm enough for swimming. So this guy's just kicking our ass. I beat him once, and we thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
That's when you quit, Scott.
I didn't.
That's when you quit,
So 2
Scott.
things showed up that we learned about. First of all, the second time I almost beat him, I'm ahead of him like 18 something or other. It plays to 21. He's on the board. I have the last throw. I see that I've got 3 points on the board, which means I would win.
Right.
So I take my beanbag and I just throw it away so I don't knock one of my guys in the wrong direction,
Gotcha.
right?
I understand.
So I'm like, victory 2. And the guy's like, I have one of those that went in. Did you see that?
Right.
Nope.
Oh, so those 3 your points are nullified.
I lost that one too. But here's the deal. You know what he does? He used to play slow pitch softball.
Sure.
You know what the motion is for slow pitch softball?
It's the same as cornhole.
It's the same thing as cornhole.
Right.
So I'm wondering, how is this guy kicking my ass? And he mentioned this 2 nights later. Oh, yeah, I played a little soft pitch. I'm like, oh, you bastard. So never play a soft pitch guy. Then we did do a little bocce ball.
He'd probably do well in that game as well.
He did pretty well. As a matter of fact, that's him on the right side. He was the victor. He was the champion along with the wife of Brandon. Of course, that would be Darcy. They won the Arches of Whitney Villa drinking glasses. But we had a great time. Bocce ball is, I've got to tell you,
it's a fun game.
A super great game.
If you ever make it to St. Louis, I know you traveled there on your way through Effingham to go visit your wife's family. You need to go on the Hill, which is the Italian neighborhood in St. Louis.
Yep.
And go to Milo's bestseller, not bestseller, that's in Boulder City. Milo's, simply called Milo's.
Okay.
Where they have not 1, not 2, about 7 or 8 bocce ball courts.
There's a bocce
They
ball
have
place
bocce ball leagues.
in
It's
Las
all
Vegas.
outdoors.
Yep.
It's all out. No, this is authentic. The Italian guys hanging out.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm in.
Go to
I did
Milo's.
really crappy.
Yeah.
I did crappy in all the games.
And you get to drink lots of beer and have fun.
And then we finally took our friends to Javier's.
Which is
at
in the Aria.
Aria, it's a Mexican restaurant. And it was interesting. We took them there because I was raving about their jalapeno margaritas. Because the last time I was there, it was like...
A jalapeno margarita.
God, it was like God. I'm like, these are awesome. We went there. We got our own little booth area. It was all very sweet and nice. And the margaritas weren't that great.
Oh, no. That's
I'm like, Welcome
Never
to Vegas. I'm sorry that we let you down on that. Anyways, and then finally, before we get to the main thing, here's a tip, guys. I can guarantee you that somebody is going to be getting, I can actually predict somebody who will be getting a Vegas Video Network visor. I can predict it. And here's why. This person was smart enough to bribe me. Yeah. Danny, who's a part of the Vegas Video Network, she has a show called Niche to Profit. She came in for her show last week, and she brought in that. And she said,
a little Bombay.
She said, hey, how about if I give you this and we could have a drink on Danny? I'm like, well, then guess what? You just won a brand new visor. So Danny doesn't know that, but she gets a visor.
Is that the gin of choice of Hisana?
That's what I said to her originally. I said,
it was Sapphire.
It is Sapphire. And when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's His Honor's drink. And I'm going to shit all over it because I hate Sapphire. Okay. It's horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. But then I realized this is Bombay, which is not Sapphire. Sapphire tastes like velvet, which is not what you want gin to taste like. Yeah, that's better. Mm-hmm. It's not Tanqueray, but it has that citrusy, groovy vibe that a good gin does. So God bless Danny. Go watch her show. It's very, very entertaining and educational. And she's going to get a brand new Vegas Video Network visor. Congratulations, Danny.
Which she would have loved to have had before she went to Florida.
Yeah, right. That would have been good.
Lots of sunblock, Danny.
Probably should have told me that.
Lots of sunblock.
Oops, let's do that one instead.
Hey, what is it? Shock. Scott pushed the wrong button.
Autograph it. You betcha, Danny. I'll autograph it. Whose autograph would you like? Anybody in particular? Let's see if Chan. We've got a couple new people in the live chat. Our over-under is how long they'll last before.
Well, I think Chan's already gone.
No, she's still there. I can see her.
Oh, okay. She did like the vampire teabag.
Oh, did she like that?
Yes, she gave us a...
Hey, she's still there. All right.
We gave her an LLO, though.
We should probably do an over-under on Chan. You know, how long I think she'll last 40 minutes.
Well, let's hope she lasts forever. She says she listens all the time, watches the show every week. This is her first time catching it live.
We'll see if she can.
So obviously we've indoctrinated her.
Well, we've heard her already. So there's a thing on the internet called, the gentle thing is called Kill, Kiss, or Marry. There's another version of it called Stand By. Oops, I'll do it again. Oh, I should say that. I go, well, it's Fuck, Kill, or Marry. And basically you get three items and you go, okay, this person, it's usually people, this person I will kill, this person I will kiss, or Stand By. Not that one.
Good Lord.
Or, that's not even very good.
Yeah, you're terrible.
I gotta miss that one. Let me see if I can get that right. This person you... Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
the best thing is just push the button, don't say it.
Yeah, but I kind of want to say it.
Well, just lip it.
I really like
saying it. I know you do. That's why you'll love the gift I'm going to bring you next week.
So, okay, so what I've decided is, okay, we got to do one called Keep or Kill. Keep or Kill.
Right.
We're going to go through things in Las Vegas that we should keep, that we like, that we wanted to be more of, and things in Las Vegas that we want to kill, that we want to remove, that we are tired of, that we're sick of. With me?
I'm with you.
Good. We're going to start downtown. Are you ready for another beer?
We're going to start downtown? Okay.
Are you ready for another?
Sure.
Okay. There you go. I'll let you open that yourself.
Oh, sure. I'm all over that.
So start downtown. I'm a good host. I'll just have the crap beer. Don't worry about me.
You thought you won.
So we're going to start downtown. First, keep or kill. Here's what we're going to keep. One of the greatest things about Fremont Street Experience, of course, is the free music at Fremont Street Experience. They have... Besides just, the local band kind of thing, some of which are very good. Zoe Boy plays down there. Yellow Brick Road, which is well known in this area, plays down there. They have big name bands playing down there, and it's almost always for free. Cheap Trick has played down there.
Exactly. I was going to mention that.
Deep Purple was there last year.
Deep Purple,
man.
They're still alive? I'm kidding. Isn't it amazing though that nobody Isn't it amazing that nobody retires?
The best album. Well, half those people aren't Deep Purple.
Oh, right, exactly.
Actually,
by the way, the Eagles were here this weekend, and we know Don Felder was kicked out of the band a long time ago. But I forgot about I wanted to go, but I forgot about it. And reports were they were fantastic.
Very good, yeah. I went and saw them once and fell asleep. It was the most boring show I've ever seen
we went
in
to
my
see
life.
them. My wife and I were dating. Actually, we weren't dating. We were married. She was pregnant, and that's why I remember. We went to go see the Eagles in Wisconsin. Real quick story. We drove from Chicago up to across the border to Wisconsin.
You really do have
sit down, getting ready for the old concert. You smell the marijuana in the air.
Right.
My wife goes, "What's that smell?" I go, "What do you mean? What's that smell?" What do you mean that's a smell? She goes, it's pot. What do you mean? What's that smell? She goes, we're leaving. Going home.
Really?
Yep.
And that was the smartest thing she ever did because I went and saw them.
We got up and drove. I drove 2.5 hours to go see this concert. Now I got to drive 2.5 hours home. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I tell you.
She goes, my daughter is not going to be born in a haze of weed. We're going home. So we started driving home.
I tell you, I saw them in New Orleans, and I have never been so bored. It's unbelievably bored. Oh, it's horrible. I mean, I want a band to entertain me.
Yeah, not just stand there.
I want Kiss.
Right.
I want Van Halen.
See, that's why I never really got into the Grateful Dead live because he's kind of standing around. I know a lot of people love them. And all that.
No. I agree. We saw the Grateful Dead in Mountain View, and the best part of that show was the people. Well, the end. But it's the people watching those crazy hippie bastards run around because they all smell like patchouli and pot. And it is just watching them. I didn't know a white guy could have dreads and look that great.
Exactly.
But it's just, oh, God, it was horrible. Okay, so back to it.
All right. Danny says, are we playing the game or what? You're killing me, Smalls. Now we've got the live chat giving us You're Killing Me, Smalls. Have you got that on video yet? Or
Killing Me, Smalls. No, I'm not.
This is like a 3-week project.
You know what? I spent 4 hours preparing for this show.
And you can't do the easiest thing that you've been asked to do. You're killing me, Smalls.
It's unbelievable. All right, we're going to keep the music, but here's what we're going to kill. The non-talented busking. Oh, my God, I'm so sick of these bastards. Now, look, do I believe that there should be busking allowed? Yes, and I think it should be based upon talent. But here's the problem.
Right. Who's the guy who's going to audition the talent?
I will.
Okay.
Because, look.
Free?
Sure, I'll take some time off and just audition them. Here's the deal. Musicians, there's some musicians down there that crush it down there. Crush it. And they should get paid. But the guy in the diaper, like I tried to say in the opening, the fat guy in the diapers, nope, no talent there. And by the way, I get we're all adults, and if you're down there at 10 o'clock at night, you shouldn't be carrying a kid or you should be pushing a stroller. So it's an adulty thing. But
for people who don't know what busking is
street performing. Busking is the single word for street performers. So there's a big girl down there with huge boobs and little pasties on her. She looks kind of like a pirate. Look, I like boobs like anybody. Hell, I'm a boob fan. I go way back. I'm a long family of boob fans. But look, that's just not working for me. I don't need it. There's no talent there. But here's the thing that disturbs me. They're still there. Why? Well, partly because the ACLU sued Fremont Street and they won. But the other part is they must be getting paid or they wouldn't go back.
Right.
So what that tells me is there are some very stupid people going down to Fremont Street.
Have you been to Fremont Street recently?
Yes.
Of course there are.
So I'm
and you
begging,
visit.
I am begging the stupid people going down to Fremont Street experience, knock that shit off.
Yeah,
quit paying these people. All
right, so we're killing the non-talented buskers.
We're going to keep.
Is that a life or a death penalty offense to kill the buskers?
I want to kill the ones that the guy in the diapers. I want to off him.
All right,
he doesn't.
Sniper. You mean sniper from the roof of the Four Queens or what? I'm a from the Golden Nugget.
For those of you who play Call of Duty, I am a sniper. I'm Scott SCAUGHT 0221. Come and get me.
Scott the Sniper.
I love sniping. Okay. All right. What are we going to keep next? Lower drink prices. This is one of the greatest things about the whole area of Fremont, especially Fremont Street Experience, is lower drink prices. Now, there's a concern there, of course. And what is it? Well, used to be you could go to one of the liquor stores, buy a beer, come back out, and then they stopped that, right? They said no aluminum, no bottles. Now, why did they do that?
Because you're not buying it from the people on the street who are paying to be on the street, like the hotels that are paying for the thing. So here's what you do. You buy one of those drinks, or you bring your own cup down, you buy a beer, and you fill it up, and then you throw it in the can.
Yep, that's one way of doing it. So here's what they said. Actually, the official word is they're doing that for safety reasons, right? People were throwing bottles in cans. Most people here locally think that's complete crap. What they're really doing is creating an alcohol monopoly. Right. You can only buy from the casinos. And the truth is it's probably a little bit of both.
Right.
But the most important thing is keeping the prices low. The problem now is that they probably aren't going to be as low as they used to because the competition has changed, which is a damn shame because being able to walk around that place, I remember being able to buy a Corona for $1.50.
Right.
At, I don't know, whatever it was. You go in there, $1.50, you got a beer, you're walking down.
Well, there's a couple things. You want to clean up Fremont Street? Raise the prices.
Well, so here's my belief on that. I should have put this. So what they should do is do what they do on New Year's. On New Year's, they fence off Fremont Street.
Right.
And you have to pay to get in. Now, on New Year's, it's like $40 or $50. So have you ever done New Year's in Fremont Street? It's a great time.
I don't go anywhere near the Strip.
It's a great time. We've done it twice.
Okay.
The first year we moved here, we did it, and about 3 or 4 years ago,
I'm not a big fan of New Year's Eve.
God, it was so fun. The class of people there are not the people you normally see there.
Exactly, because you're charging people to get in.
You're charging $50 to get in, right? So they should do the same thing. What they should do is put a fence around there and charge $10. Just $10. That'll stop 50% of the people who go there.
I agree. Yeah, you're right.
And then you're like, well, wait a minute. I'll give you a drink coupon for that $10.
Right.
So you get a little bit of it back. It would just change everything. Why don't they do that? Because they can't. The way it's been set up is, I think it's called a park. That's the way the official city designation of that area. And as a result, they can't block it off because it's public property, basically, is the thought. So they're kind of stuck there. But keep that lower prices down on the drinks. But what we want to kill is the security issues. The drugs problem are down there. It's still going on down there. The drunks run around homeless. This is no kidding. You
want to kill the homeless? You are like Mayor Goodman.
I feel
he hated the homeless.
I just want to cut off the thumbs.
No, I'm not Mrs. Goodman because I don't know what I've never heard her speak a word. But I haven't because I haven't paid any attention to her whatsoever. Not because I'm a sexist. I just haven't. He was always around and out doing stuff.
Yeah.
And he hated the homeless.
Yeah.
He would run them around from neighborhood to neighborhood, and he would go down and he would tell great stories about, I don't want these people, urinating on our city streets. I make a move and we move them out. Get them out of here.
Well, his line was, if for a while there was this rash of graffiti.
Right.
And he said, I just cut off her thumbs. And so everybody freaked out. It got national press, and all of us here were like,
cool.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Or cut off the index finger. Yeah. That's the one you really want to cut off because you can't spray.
Honestly, he's the only Democrat I've ever liked.
That's because he's in the bag half the time.
Maybe that's why.
But I mean,
because he can't do much as a mayor. Maybe that's why. As well,
because it's kind of
it's kind of an honorary thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the deal. I mean, everybody has dealt with this who've been downtown. I remember going to what's that? I forget the name of the place. Saw a local band off 3rd. Come off from 3rd, going on to Fremont Street. It's about 1 a.m. Stepped over 3 people sleeping at Fremont Street and 3rd, which is still under the canopy, by the way.
Oh yeah,
sleeping
crazy.
Right by the Denny's.
Well, last summer, we were over. It had to be at Rancho High School early in the morning. Rancho's behind Cashman Field, basically at. I guess the biggest cross streets are probably Washington and Main Street is kind of close where it is.
It's kind of a rough area.
And like Las Vegas Boulevard, up to Washington and kind of back around.
Yep.
And there wasn't a couple of homeless. There were hundreds.
Well, there's a homeless shelter there.
But it was, they're all sleeping on the sidewalk. It's like 6:30 in the morning. They're still sleeping. And obviously you feel bad for them. Compassion for the folks. And I understand. And that's part of it is our weather brings them here. There's also, we talked about last week, a lot of people who come here already with problems.
Yep.
And, here's an amazing stat for you. How many kids in the high schools of Las Vegas are considered homeless?
Oh, I saw this. Stunning number.
There are 15,000 homeless students in Clark County High Schools.
It's unbelievable.
And that means there's from living on the street to couch hopping to living in their car with their mom or family or whatever. That's 15,000. It's
crazy.
And a lot of them do it, if mom or dad are involved in drugs.
Yeah.
What happens a lot, and I've heard these stories because I'm involved in some charitable things where if you're a 15-year-old girl and mom has a drug problem or dad has a drug problem, guess what they're doing? They're trying to whore out their kids.
Oh, man.
And you're like, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff, this is not, people talk about the sex slave stuff going on or people coming over from Europe. It's happening here in Las Vegas, and it's happened to kids. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's brutal. Keep. One of the things that Las Vegas has always been accused of is not having a classy kind of arts environment kind of stuff where a bunch of roamers and we don't really have that kind of thing. And they kind of solved that with the Smith Center, the Performing Arts.
Great place, beautiful facility,
lovely place. Yes. They did an amazing job. We have been members of the Broadway series since the inception.
Right.
It's been lovely.
You've given us tickets to see Pippin.
We have done
which
that.
is the most god-awful show in the history of shows. Thanks for that, Scott.
And for that, you're welcome.
Luckily, I didn't go. I gave it to my wife and daughter.
We've given out tickets to, we gave tickets to Cinderella last week or last month.
Cinderella. My wife is there tonight, as a matter of fact. She's going to see Annie.
I believe we'll be seeing
It's a hard knock life for us.
Yeah.
It's a hard knock life.
So, love the Smith Center, Reynolds Hall, which is the main place, gorgeous. The Cabaret Jazz Room is a great room
you
for
love
music.
the jazz.
It's a great place for music.
Well, not just there. Next door, the Children's Museum.
Haven't been there.
Lead
but
Discovery Children's Museum.
The Discovery
Fabulous
Museum there
place.
looks great.
Excellent place.
And here's what I want to
It's a very nice complex.
Here's what I want to kill at the Smith Center. It's their only musical is what they do. They only do musicals for the Broadway series.
Right.
And I don't like that.
What do you want to have?
I would
also?
like regular comedies or plays or
anything
without the part where you're singing. There have been a couple musical. We actually stepped out of one.
Which
halfway
one's
through.
what?
Flashdance.
You didn't like it. I didn't see that
It
one.
was horrible.
Okay.
It was, God, there was one, Porgy and Bess. Have you seen that?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Horrible ending.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I blocked it out. It was so bad. It was like it ended, and it was a really downer ending. I'm like,
right.
well, there must be a second break or something. And they're like, lights up. Thanks, everybody.
Like, what was that?
Whoa. Shit. Look at that. Come on. That can't be the ending. And it was.
I saw no fat lady singing. It's not over yet.
Bring it back. It's horrible.
All right, what was the best one you've seen so far?
Well, Book
What was
of
your
Mormons
favorite?
is hysterical.
Okay, had not seen that one.
But Shrek.
You like Shrek?
I went in there going,
Didn't like it.
This is going to be nuts.
I didn't like. I had two I loved.
Wicked.
Wicked was fantastic.
Wicked was
I
really
loved.
good.
I liked the Green Day one. So American Idiot. I liked that too.
Was that there?
It was there.
That wasn't part of their. That wasn't part of their regular series. That was an extra.
It was there
good?
for a long time.
It was there,
fantastic. Yeah.
but it wasn't part of the series.
I like Green Day, so I love the music. So that's the cool thing about
that's
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
But I would like to just see a regular play, just a straight comedy or a straight drama without all the singing. There's been a couple shows where the dialogue was 90% singing. Like almost every word was. It was like an opera.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
what the God? Come on. Give me one.
They haven't had like Miss Saigon here yet, have they?
No, they did have The Color Purple, and that one was more sing-songy than I would have liked.
I don't think I'd be interested in seeing that one.
Well, there's a lot of them. I was like, this is going to be crap, and it was pretty good. But we actually walked out halfway through Flashdance. It was so bad. All right,
can they bring the puppetry of the penis to there as opposed to the Erotic Heritage Museum?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be at the Smith
Why
Center.
not?
Well,
that seems rather mainstream, doesn't it?
I don't think those are the people who they're looking for.
All right.
I haven't seen it live, but I've seen video. I've seen reports on the puppetry of the penis, and it looks hysterical.
Okay.
And uncomfortable.
It does. All right, so you want to kill the thought of having only musicals.
Yeah, just mix it up, kids. Don't be afraid. Come on. Just Myron. Myron's the guy who runs the place.
Right.
Just throw in some regular stuff so I don't have to listen to lyrics all the time. All right. Let's head to the Strip. Wanna?
Sure.
I drove down the Strip today for the first time in quite some time just to kind of take a look at what's going on down there. I'm appalled. Okay, here's what
Normally we drive. Locals don't drive on the Strip. We drive behind it or on the other side.
That's right.
We avoid it.
But I went right down the middle today just to say, let me just make sure that what I think's going on.
It's a good day to do it on a Tuesday.
It was a nice day.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to kill: shopping malls.
There's a million of them
everywhere. So stand by. They're fucking up the Strip. Okay, look. Treasure Island. Treasure Island used to be a little slice of heaven.
You don't like the CVS in the corner there?
Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to actually talk about that in a second. Hold that thought.
Okay.
So, yeah, they've got... So, Treasure Island, which used to be just the coolest... I got actually a couple of things about Treasure Island. It was a great facade. So much fun.
Pirate show was fun. Great for the kids when the little...
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Now, it's a giant mall, and next to it is that restaurant. What's the name of that restaurant at TI?
That's Senor Frogs.
Senor Frogs.
Senor Frogs,
so it's not TI. It's not Treasure Island. It's Senor Frogs. The Senor Frogs Casino. Congratulations. I'm like, what do you... So that...
Right, that sign is more prevalent than the Treasure Island sign.
It's huge. It's like, Treasure Island's like, yeah, I'll just I'll take the senior frog. Just give me the money. It's like T.I. is the heroin addict that got heroin, so that it just pisses me off to see that. So T.I.'s Bally's used to be kind of a hip kind of now it's got a big thing in the front. Now I haven't walked down the bazaar of whatever it is. Bizarro. I'm sure it's charming as hell.
Now why would you?
But
who goes to Bally's?
God. A lot of people go to Bally's.
Well, just the people who stay there. Nobody else goes in there to gamble.
Bally's is a nice. It's connected to Paris. Very smart.
Well, yeah.
So that helps them a lot.
Right.
And Bally's used to have. Yeah, Bally's actually has a really.
Yes.
No. Actually, let me go back. It has a small live jazz venue. Not jazz. Small live stage area that I've seen a couple of really cool bands there. As a matter of fact, not Taylor Swift. Taylor, the guy who won American Idol.
Taylor, I don't know Hicks.
He used to do a gig there, a reoccurring gig, a residency at Bally's.
Wow.
It was a great room. It was like small. It was about as big as about the size of this room. Okay. It was a great place. But so T.I., Bally's, Planet Hollywood's expanding that. The fashion show, which has got that big spaceship. I didn't even know that was a mall when I first moved here.
It's the Cloud. That is where people say, "Where's all my stuff being stored?" At the Cloud. It's actually at the Fashion Show Mall.
Right. That's expanding out. That's right. And more shopping. Yeah, that's what we need. Oh, it just makes me...
Well, that's the one thing. I agree with you, because every casino has, and I understand it, you want people to stay on your property as long as you can. And that's one of the reasons why they all got away from pretty much having golf courses. Obviously, they realized how expensive the real estate was, and they could do much better things with it. So really, on the Strip, the Wynn is the only place where there's a golf course right now.
Right.
And everybody else has moved away. But everybody has these high-end stores.
Yep.
And I look at them and I go, how are they all staying around? I don't see anybody in them.
Well, it's crazy.
I understand you can buy stuff online and send stuff online and ship it and all that kind of stuff, but all I see is one or two attendants going, well, I'm bored again today.
Which mall does more business than any other mall?
I'm going to say the Forum Shops.
That's right.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you.
Unbelievable.
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why too.
Well, to me, it's the iconic Caesar's Palace.
You can drink there.
But it's iconic Caesar's Palace, and first-time visitors to Las Vegas always go to Caesar's Palace.
Oh yeah.
They want to see.
Oh sure.
If they have phone booths from Hangover,
and I have a reason
and
for
to
that
see
too.
if Caesar's Palace actually is.
I know why that is.
Yeah,
I got it. So I'm tired of all the malls. You're breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart. Now I know why they're doing it. Gambling is going down. But that's it. So what do I want to keep? More on the Strip dining. I know you don't really care for outdoor dining, but I love it.
Oh yeah, sure. I think it's. That could be rather Perry of us 9 months a year.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. So like Monte Carlo has done some nice things to their front. They're not putting a bunch of shopping out there. They're putting places that you can eat and sit right on the Strip and watch people walk by. Because that's part of the fun of being on the Strip.
What I would love to see them do on the Strip, we've talked about this before, is get rid of the 6 to 8 lanes of traffic. Go back to like a 2 or 4 lane road and stick the monorail right down the middle of the thing with a stop at Tromp, a stop at Flamingo, a stop at Harmon, a stop at Spring Mountain, wherever, and stops along the way at every major casino stop. And now you got people getting on and getting off all day, and make the rest of the area under there, make it grass or whatever. Yeah, make it Central Park. Make it 3 miles of outdoor living space, and think of all the other businesses you could have outside.
That's what Fremont Street Experience did.
Right, but make it more of a nature kind of thing. Put some trees in there, and just say, you know what? It's not a road anymore. We're diverting you guys off of places, or if it is, guess what? You're in traffic forever. Here's what I don't like about it. The thing I don't like about New York and eating outside is this dude's exhaust literally 4 feet away from my stuff, or some guy. Okay, I'm at a table in New York City, right? My elbows on the railing. Right. I'm in a nice little 2-seater with my wife. We're having coffee. Here comes a guy. He's standing right here. He's smoking a cigarette. He's waiting for a taxi. Right? He's literally, his butt is in your food.
That can't happen in Vegas because you can't call a taxi on the street, so you're safe there.
Right? Yeah, just go into your spots. I think Vegas would be awesome if you went from Mandalay Bay to the SLS, and you didn't make it a driving spot there. You made it just awesome walking and cool stuff.
I don't think so.
I think it'd be cool.
Part of the great thing is to be able to drive down the Strip. Yeah. It's fun to drive down the Strip. I did it today. I had fun going, oh, that's neat. That's crap. That's neat. I mean, and if you're a tourist, it's like, wow.
Yeah, but now think how much skinnier you'd be if you'd walk it.
Yes, no one really likes you, by the way. Okay, so
You park wherever you want.
So and there's a new place called Hex that replaced the Sugar Shack or Sugar Factory, or whatever the place was called.
Oh, Sugar Factory's gone? The one at Paris?
Yeah, they got rid of it, and they've got a thing called Hex there, which is a chocolate place that make their own handmade chocolate. Don't know anything about it yet. But I really like the Sugar Factory, so I'll hold off on my judgment. But Sugar Factory's pretty hard. Okay, what are we gonna kill? Let's kill any more Cirque shows. Okay, look, I think it's 20. I think we've got 20 Cirque shows here in Las Vegas. And by the way, I like Cirque shows. One of my favorite shows, Love. I love Love. Love Ka. Love O. Actually, I like a lot of them. Haven't seen Believe yet, but I think we've had enough.
Well,
no more.
But they're making lots of money.
Well,
they're selling lots of tickets.
Not so much.
No.
So they used to be making a lot of money, but they aren't so much anymore. Otherwise, they wouldn't be giving us $99 for 2 tickets for locals. Huh.
Right.
That was never going to happen 4 years ago. A couple shows have failed here, and so they're. It's not like they're magic like they used to be. I think they have saturated a little bit. So let's no more Cirque. But let's keep other high-end shows. I think we need more high-end shows, like Showstopper, which is over at Wynn right now. Haven't seen it, but it's apparently a very, very gorgeous show.
Right.
Super talented, lots, 34-people orchestra, lots and lots of people singing and dancing. I love that idea. Absence, Jersey Boys, Blue Man Group, $1 Million Quartet, all those shows.
Never heard of that one. What was that one at?
Oh, that's at... I want to say Flamingo. Ted, where's $1 Million Quartet? That's a great show. It's a reenactment of the recording of Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash.
It's at Harrah's? Or at Flamingo?
Flamingo. I was right. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And great show. So those are higher end shows.
Right.
Love that. Keep bringing those in. That's a big draw. That's where more money is going than gambling right now. So I love the big show thing. It's nice to be able to say.
Well, I think you want to shake up the variety a little more. When you have shows like Mystere and O that have been here for a decade,
or
Love's
longer.
been here for longer. Yeah, exactly. And Mystere I hated. Just thought it was god awful.
I loved it.
I know you did. I just thought it was god awful. But Blue Man Group's been here for a long time. I mean, there were shows I enjoyed seeing, like when you had, you mentioned Cheap Trick. When they came in, they did the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's thing. They were at the old LVH.
Yeah, that was nice.
They were only here for a while, and it was cool. It was a limited engagement. So I like what Caesars does. Okay, here you have Elton John for a few days. You got Shania Twain for a few days. You got Rod Stewart for a few days. Let's take that venue and shake it up with 4 or 5 different things over the course of the year. Then bring in special events and things like that. So
$1 Million Quartet's at Harrah's. Thank you, Jackie.
Everybody says I'm right. Isn't that awesome?
I'm so sick of you.
Awesome.
All right.
Danny loves me. Brett read my answer. I did not read your answer.
Here's what we're going to keep. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. This just happened last week. Our legislative body here in Nevada decided to go, what are we thinking? And Uber has been approved for here in Las Vegas, actually here in Nevada. So that's big news. So Uber is coming back. Pretty excited about that, as is
You going to be an Uber driver?
Uber. Am I going to be an Uber driver?
Yeah, why not?
Are you out of your
You got nothing else to do.
Really?
Be a great way to deliver weed around town, wouldn't it?
That's a good
I'm
idea.
an Uber driver. No, you're not. You're a drug dealer.
I know an Uber driver. I know a guy who did Uber
Well,
for,
I'm sure
for
what's
the
his name
5
should
minutes.
be doing it. The Domino's guy should be doing it.
Well, he's the guy.
Oh, is he? Is he really an Uber?
Yeah, he was doing Uber. Okay. So now Uber. I've done Uber once. It was in Boston, and actually Uber has 3 levels. I did the black car, which is like a town car, black town car, and it was stunning. It was the most amazing experience I've ever had in a vehicle like that. Here is Uber X, which means you've got other people's cars. So I'm not sure if a guy shows up in a 1925 Prius. I know there isn't a 1925 Prius, by the way.
Get in my smart car.
Trying to make a point here.
Where should I put my?
Is that I'm not sure that's going to play out for me, but I love the idea. And Lyft, I don't know anything about them other than they have big mustaches on the front of their car. It's the same basic thing. It's personal people's cars. Love the idea. So I'm going to keep Uber. I'm going to keep Lyft. I'm going to kill the taxi strong-arming. That's what stopped it for the longest time.
Right.
They're a scary bunch of people, so I don't really mean this. But it's not cool. Look, it's just competition, fellas. Don't be afraid.
Well, that's what makes America great.
Yeah,
is competition.
They're worried about this.
It didn't take that long to get it resolved, though. I mean, we're talking about this for maybe 6 months.
Yeah, it took longer than
that's like a day for the legislature of any place.
Yeah. A lot of it was just bull crap stuff. It just pissed me off. I'm an entrepreneurial guy.
Sure.
The truth of the matter is,
somebody has a great idea. They have a great idea.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know. So if Uber comes in and they're screwing things up, then they won't last. It just simply won't work. And I'm that guy. Just let them try it. Let it go. Now, if there's a safety issue, that should be addressed. But overall, just let the business happen and see if it works. And the truth of the matter is, and by the way, and the taxi group here are scared to death of this.
Right.
There's a billboard, as a matter of fact, on 15 North at Sahara, a big billboard that says call 702 something taxi for locals for in the neighborhood taxi service. That's a direct response to Uber. They are freaked out about Uber.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why they're freaked out is because before all the locals were like, taxis don't come out here. And the taxis were like, well, the reason we don't come out here is because you call 3 taxi companies,
right?
Hoping one shows up, and the first one shows, you go. And we're like, it's because we don't know it, because 66% of you don't show up.
Right.
That's why it's Uber's going to be awesome. By the way, I predict drunk driving in Las Vegas will drop 20% because of Uber. Okay.
Good point.
Kill.
CILL, my landlord. Venues with no parking.
I want to kill venues with no parking. For example, Rock in Rio venue, which I forget the name of it right now. Locals stayed away in droves.
They had 80,000 people, didn't they?
That was half of what they expected.
Well, it's the first time they did it, and the weather was not good.
It doesn't matter.
Weather wasn't good.
The problem was there was no parking. You can't park on site.
Well, of course not.
Well, that's not of course not.
But you knew that.
And that's
why are you going to put 80,000 cars on the Strip?
MGM handles it. Mandalay Bay.
But they don't have. Where do they have 80,000 people at Mandalay Bay?
They don't do. It's not 80,000 in a minute. It's 80,000 over a period of time. It's not they're all there at one moment.
Well, of course they are. All 80,000 of those people are there to watch Bruno Mars or Taylor.
Time. No, they're not.
Yes, they were.
No, it's not. There was not 80,000 people watching. Bullshit. There is no way there's 80,000 people watching him at one moment. There's no way.
But no parking garage is handling that.
But let me just say this. Look, this makes me crazy. So that place got, and actually, I would be interested to hear Access Vegas. Oh, thank you. MGM Event Center. It'd be good to hear what Ted thinks about this. It was a huge issue for locals that you can't park there. They had to park somewhere else and get bussed in. I'm worried about this new AEG arena, which is being built. And actually, I have a picture of the AEG arena.
It's gorgeous. I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet.
There it is, right there, the AEG arena.
It's getting built.
Yeah, it's getting built, and it's coming right along, and it looks like it's going to be pretty groovy. And my question to you is, where are we going to park?
Well, you're going to park. You're going to do what the same people did for Rock in Rio. You're going to park at various hotels, and you're going to roll your way in on the shuttles. On the rail.
So
you'll park at Caesars. You'll park at Bellagio. You'll park at across the road there at Mandalay or Luxor.
I think that's going to be a problem. So I don't think
I'll find out.
I don't think.
You mean Scott had a touchdown? Is what you're trying to say?
I think he does. Good for Mike. Okay. I think that's a problem. I looked at that place. I drove by it. I'm talking about the AEG arena. There's no parking there.
Okay, Rock in Rio, 172,000 people over the 2 weekends.
Right.
90,000 on the first weekend.
Yeah, that was the Rock.
So 42,000 and 48,000.
Yeah. So my point is,
but it could have been better. 48,000 people is the largest crowd of anything else other than New Year's Eve on the Strip over the course of the year.
Listen,
so where do you park on New Year's Eve?
I don't care.
Where do you park on New Year's Eve?
But that's not analogous. I will tell you this.
I'm asking you a question.
I'll answer your question, but it's not analogous.
Why not?
Because you're going into one spot.
Right.
The arena.
You're spread out.
New Year's Eve is over 3 fucking miles if you're going downtown or in the Strip. So it's not analogous in any way, shape, or form. What's analogous is there a concert, like, for instance, at the MGM Arena, where 20,000 people will go. I know it's not 40, but they...
It's not even close.
But hold on.
Not even half.
But they managed what they've built. The issue is not the number. The issue is, how do you manage it so it's not painful to go there? So... Life is Beautiful is a good example. Where did you park for Life is Beautiful? You could park anywhere around downtown and get in there. And so it basically was able to absorb that. We parked at 4th Street. It was great. It was an amazing setup. The problem is, if you want me to... Look, locals don't want to bus in to a venue. I don't want to bus into a venue.
They weren't necessarily. They could have, but most people were doing what you do on New Year's Eve. They would park at their favorite hotel and hop on the rail and move on down the line, get off at LSLS, and roll back in.
So Danny has a funny thing. She says, even Disneyland trams and buses people in. That also is not analogous, because what they do at Disneyland is they put you in a giant parking structure on the property, and then they bring you in. It's not
they're
analogous.
sitting on thousands of acres.
I know that.
Okay, so
I know,
but that's not analogous.
And by the way, it's not analogous. And by the way, what they do.
Apparently, analogous is the word of the day.
It is, because it's correct. And the other thing is this: that part of the thing about Disneyland is the trams are cool.
Where did people park at Woodstock?
Oh, they parked 500 miles
away.
But they were all stoned. They didn't know any better.
They were walking for days.
And by the way, half the people who said they were there couldn't have been.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Right. All right. My only issue is this. I think it's going to be a real problem trying to get people to show up to things that are just hard to be at. That's my only issue.
Well, there's only certain places that can handle those kind of crowds, that kind of large of a crowd.
Right. So
the Speedway for the electronic dance festival.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right.
So why do you have to build right there? You know what? You could build one street or maybe two streets to the east. There's tons of space out there. Tons of it. Build something there, for God's sake. Not in between the Strip and the 15 freeway. Well, there is no parking.
Well,
that's going to be a problem for them.
Lure of being on the Strip, the largest music festival in the world on the Las Vegas Strip.
It makes me crazy.
Okay,
but with regards to big talent, you actually kind of brought it up. I like what Caesar's doing. It's not as big. I like what MGM does. I like what Mandalay does.
Right.
You can go to that property, go to big
concerts.
and I just love that thing. All right, keep Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
We're going to keep Las Vegas. Thank God. We're keeping Las Vegas. Whew, I was worried about us.
Brett's becoming...
Kill Reno. CILL Reno.
All right, so here's what I like about the Strip. Some of the best signs in the world. The best sign ever created on the Strip, the Wynn sign. Or actually, it's called Wynn Las Vegas.
The one that goes up and down?
The one that goes up and down.
Really?
It's the best sign ever.
Why?
Because it's clever. It's timeless. It's funny. It helps tell the story. It does everything a great sign should do. It's awesome.
You've thought too much about this.
I love it. One of my favorite places to eat, Capitol Grill. You know why?
Because you like to watch the sign?
The sign's right there. It's a great sign. So, other great signs?
Lobster Mac.
SLS.
Look at the sign.
SLS, I have it on my kill list for something else, but their sign is a great sign. It's an amazing sign. The Aria sign, great. The Planet Hollywood facade, great. I love that stuff. To me, blinky lights really are what Las Vegas is.
How about we kill the Manhattanization of the Strip?
Oh, so you don't like City Center?
I don't like the Times Square aspect of Planet Hollywood, Aria across the street. That whole area,
but I like that.
To me, is all Times Square.
But I kind of like all those
It's
lights.
so obvious a ripoff that it's there. I really like the...
Well, you're allowed to kill
I
something.
like the flashing Motel 6 sign on East Tropicana next to Hooters.
How do you know about them?
You drive by it on your way to the
I've
airport
never
once in a
been
while.
there. Never seen it.
I mean, when you see a neon Motel 6 sign,
That's like
it's kind of cool.
In-N-Out Burger has a flashing.
It's kind of cool. You're like, really, the Motel 6 sign is
I don't disagree with
flashy. Right across from the MGM Grand. Stay at the Motel 6.
Wait, so I'm looking at the signs. You know who I'm going to kill? Porn slappers. Now, here's why I'm going to kill them.
Well, how many of them are legal?
Well, the issue is, so this is the same thing. This is an ACLU thing. They have a right to do that. The problem I have is completely false advertising. Here's a tip from your buddy Scott. Those pictures of those girls on there, I'll give you that they're probably attractive. A, they don't come with pasties. B, that's not them. The gals who show up in your hotel, that part, by the way, is illegal. None of them are the ones having their picture taken. I knew a guy who did.
I knew a guy
who knew some stuff. Who did some stuff for companies that did that.
Right.
And trust me when I tell you, those aren't the women who you're going to be seeing in the big.
Well, you notice that what some of the hotels are doing to eliminate them because they're allowed to be on the sidewalks is like the Monte Carlo, for example. They built out to the sidewalk, and that becomes their property, and right to where the street easement is, and now those guys cannot be in front of their property, and they can run. They have a walking area there for people to continue walking through.
That's right.
But the
The
porn slappers are not allowed to be there.
You'll notice, by the way, they did create a law that there used to be that you would walk by a porn slapper and they'd have those things all over around them.
Yeah.
You'll notice that doesn't happen anymore. Did you know that?
No.
There was an ordinance or whatever passed that said they were responsible for clearing.
Picking them up.
That's why you don't see it anymore, which is good. But it's a false advertising problem. The other thing I don't like are tour salespeople. The people are like, "Hey, you want to go see the great whatever, the dam, the whatever, the great."
That's called Hoover Dam. Yeah.
Oh man,
you want to go on a dam tour?
Oh man, that just makes me crazy.
Right.
And the reason why I don't like them, I like sales, but I don't like people who get in front of me and stop me. That pisses me off. And I actually saw that happen today.
Right.
I'm just driving down. That's a nice sign. I don't think Brett knows what he's talking about. And I saw a guy pop in front of a nice couple. I'm like, you know what? Stop that shit, man. Leave these people alone.
That's a good point.
Okay, next. Kill soulless, hip casinos. SLS. Have you been to SLS?
No.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
It's just like, you guys didn't even put a ceiling up. They didn't. It's like my studio. It's all black painted air ducts.
Right.
That's a casino. You want me to spend money in basically a hip studio. Makes me crazy.
Right.
The Delano, whatever it is.
The Delano. At Mandalay Bay.
Yeah. I want you to kill these soulless things, and I want you to keep...
It's not really... Do you consider that to be a separate thing as opposed to Mandalay Bay or Mandalay Place? I know it is, but it's like, who goes, let's go out to the Delano?
Well, it's a different vibe. I mean,
but it's more people just staying there. Everybody's rolling pretty much into Mandalay Bay to go
it's
gamble.
The same thing. They have Four Seasons there as well.
Right,
so
but you're not gambling at the Four Seasons. You might or the Delano.
Well,
exactly.
Right, and
you're still going to Mandalay Bay. So all the fun is not necessarily in the Delano.
But I just feel like it's heartless. Like Cromwell's pretty, but
I like the Barbary Coast.
Yeah. So there you go. I kind of miss that kind of fun. And I want to keep themed casinos.
How about we kill blowing up our history? How about we kill that?
Let me tell you about that.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool if here we were in 2015 and the dunes and the sands are still around?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. Say, look, this casino's been here since
cool.
The original Flamingo or whatever.
But you and I are capitalists.
Right, I understand.
And that's why they failed.
You can still build beautiful... Well, you still renovate them, keep them going.
They failed.
Some people like it.
So Sahara tried to make changes. Hey, let's bring in NASCAR. Hey, they did all that crap.
Well, they were run by a guy who didn't know what he was doing.
Okay, but that's what happened. And then arguably anything that gets blown up was run by somebody who did not know what they were doing. The Riviera, arguably, was run by somebody or somebody's who didn't know what they were doing.
I'm not saying that they're not making money. I understand why they were blown up. It'd just be nice if our history stayed.
Don't doubt it.
The Empire State Building. These guys. Blow it up.
It's making money. So I don't.
Nobody's renting here anymore.
Agree.
They're all over wherever. Well, they moved down but we're not the hip block anymore. Blow it up.
Dunes is a perfect example. That's an iconic thing.
Yeah, it was a small place.
It just didn't last. But on the other hand, some of that has happened. The Flamingo isn't what you see now.
Of course not.
Right? Harrah's isn't what MGM used to be in a completely different location. All that. As a matter of fact, I was going to add this and I didn't have time. I didn't take a picture. Tropicana has got a giant ad on a full side of their building for the Terminator.
Okay.
What? Come on.
Whatever they can do to make the money.
Come on.
Let's make the money.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. So here's what I want to keep. Theme casinos, specialty attractions. Luxor, Excalibur, Treasure Island. Bring back the pirates.
Yeah.
Right. The Sirens of TI, by the way.
No.
Stop it. Stop clapping. Sirens of TI, worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
The whole pirate thing, loved it. Give me that. Paris, Caesars, Venetian. I want fountains. I want volcanoes. This is what I want. Give it to me. I don't ask for much, really, people. Just give me the things that make me happy.
All right.
So you know what I'm looking forward to? Resort World.
Really?
Why?
I don't, because it's a theme.
Themed.
It's Asian.
It's an Asian theme. I like Kung Pao chicken. I don't even know what the hell it is, but I like it.
I like number 39. I like number 39.
I like broccoli
and beef.
I like
garlic chicken.
Yeah, I like that. I like all that stuff. I hope they kill it because they're putting it in.
Right.
We're building the theme. We're building Paris. We're building China, I guess. I don't know what they're building, but God bless them. They're going to be panda bears. I don't even know a panda bear, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I hope they kill it. I have a kill, and you actually brought this up. I would simply like to kill all the CVS's and Walgreens on the Strip.
Oh, good. Another one coming soon.
Yes. Now, what was funny?
Do we need 8,000 drugstores on the Strip?
Well, this is what makes me crazy.
There's got to be 10 of them, right?
You mentioned the CVS.
What's the one? Right. I drive by it every Tuesday.
Now that CVS, the big sign coming soon. You know where that is? Can you recognize what that is?
Is it in front of? That's the Bellagio.
Yeah. No. You're right the first time.
The Palazzo?
Venetian.
Across the street.
Yes.
It's across the street.
Yes!
Okay.
So, wait a minute. I got a CVS over here at the TI. We completely screwed up that facade. We're taking a whole corner, CVS. I think we need more. Well, Bill, how about we put one across the street? Perfect.
Well, we don't want people to have to walk across the street, Scott. Oh, my God. It's not easy to walk across the street. Now, if we went with Brett's idea of raising the Strip up and having cars and the monorail going up and down the Strip like the Jetsons, and we had underground walking park providing shade and all the cool stuff, I could architecturally design that in a minute.
That was
George Jetson.
So please, Walgreens all over the place, CVS all over the place. Come on. Walk a few feet.
Jane.
Get your condoms, which we've talked about before. Are a great place. Do you need something else? Go to the sundry store. Quit building.
Right. Now you're right. That's a good point.
That just pisses me off.
It's more job for pharmacists.
Well, you know what? Here's what that. You know what that reminds. It looks. If I wanted to see that many Walgreens, I'd go to Honolulu. They're everywhere. They're all over the place.
I was wondering what your Honolulu reference was.
They're literally everywhere. You can't not find a CVS or a ABC store or whatever it is. And this place is turning into Honolulu. Right. Come on, knock it off. All right.
What?
Next. I want to keep High Roller. I like the High Roller.
Well, it's not going anywhere.
I like it. Well,
where's it going to go?
I'm going to let them keep it.
Well, they spent a gazillion dollars on it, so where's it going to go?
Did you know each one of those ponds is $1 million?
Exactly, I do, yes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So where are they going to go? And, of course, it's not really doing super well, is it?
Not super well.
It's doing okay.
But it's hanging in there, It's
only been around for a year and a half, right?
That I don't think they're going to tear down anytime. Right. It's not going to go the way of the Riviera. It'll be there for a while.
But the Riviera was here for 60 years.
So I'll give them 60 years.
All right, fair enough.
I'll give them 60 years. But I would like to say that this whole Skyview thing, which is what that right there is up on the screen, if they even think about bringing that thing back, let's just not do that. I think one big giant wheel is all this town really needs.
That's the one that was going to be twice as high up down the south end of the Strip, right?
Yeah, right across from Mandalay Bay. It was beautiful looking, and they built that, and that was literally taken today. Let's just say that's where it
that'd be a nice billboard right on top of that.
Yes, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice? All right, so that was the Strip. Let's go into the city. Here's what I'm going to kill: drivers. Jeez, man, worst drivers ever. I have been to. I grew up in Southern California. They teach you to shoot each other from the room. That's there's a lot of
road rage
going on.
Yep.
You got to learn how to shoot. You got to be able to pull a gun and drive in Southern California. I know.
And you got to be able to shoot sideways.
That's right. I've been to Boston. If they see the whites of your eyes, it's a sign of weakness. They're going to cut in front of you. I've driven there. I've been to all those bad places. This place is full of crazy bastards who simply should not be allowed to drive.
No, I don't. Danny's saying Arizona's worse. No way.
Nothing is worse than this. This is just nuts. Why?
Chicago's not bad. The traffic is horrible. The potholes are what swallow you up. So you get the road rage in L.A. You get potholes where suddenly, I'm driving next to that Cadillac. What happened to that Cadillac? Oh, it's gone. Where did it go? Swallowed up. So car swallowed up in the Stevenson.
And I've told you before, part of it is because you're allowed to darken windows here until it's about as black can be, and you can't see in there. It's an anonymous kind of vibe. I think it's just BS and just stop doing it.
Right.
Okay, so bad drivers. But I'm going to keep the cost of living.
Oh, yeah.
I like being able to buy a house. I like people being able to buy a house or buying a condo.
They're going up. They
are going up, which is cool, and they're going up slowly, which is better. Because we did the fast going up, and we know how well that went.
Well, that wasn't the whole bubble from just Las Vegas. The whole country did that.
Yeah. So
that's because people were...
Kill the drivers, keep the houses. Let's kill the lawyer ads. Now, if you live in Las Vegas, you can't... I counted, I think it was 8 lawyer billboards just driving from 15 back to my house.
How many were in English?
All of them.
Really?
Because I was on the west side. That's not right.
Smalls.
True, though. They are. It does change a little bit language-wise.
Yeah.
So I want to kill all the lawyer ads, both billboards and on TV, and I want to keep killing all the lawyer ads.
Oh, you do? You want to just so now you love them?
Let's go ahead and stick
They're
with
awesome.
that.
You
Let's
guys are
just
the greatest.
kill these guys out, man.
I had one of my salespeople who is of Hispanic descent. She came to me today and she was telling me about a potential client wanted to do a show on the radio station, and I asked the question, "Is it in Spanish?" And she looked at me like I'm like some racist jerk asking her this question. I go, "What are you looking at me that for?" She goes, "Why would you ask me if it's in Spanish?" Well,
I'm doing the Spanish language stuff.
Well, because
it's coming.
People have been calling me asking to buy time in Espanol. That's why I'm asking you. So I want to make sure.
I'm working with a Mexican couple who are doing some pretty cool stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Super nice people.
Do you speak of the Mexican?
I speak a little Spanish, as in dinero.
Cerveza.
Wait, what's the... I used to know how much it cost. Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? Yeah. And they're great. And they do the right thing. It's great. Okay, what am I going to... Weather. What am I going to keep? April to October. What am I going to kill? About November to March.
No.
I want it out.
No. You got it all wrong.
Wind, no, I don't. And wind, I want it out.
You got it all wrong.
No, I don't.
You killed July and August. CILL July and August.
No.
Oh, bull.
No.
You know why
I have a pool.
So what?
That's why.
Most people have pools.
Well, that's what. Then they shouldn't be killing July.
Because you know what happens in July and August?
Yeah.
Most people leave town.
No.
Bull.
I don't.
Most people leave town.
I am right out there.
I'm gone almost the entire month of July. It's like, take me to the mountains.
You big baby.
I want 80 degrees. I want to be able to enjoy it. Take me to the beach.
Trust me, this is
what do the Vegas people do? That's when they go on vacation. They get out of town.
No.
It's too hot. Let the Germans come in and enjoy the strip.
Give me the heat. But the wind is a little crazy. It's a little bit windy here.
Nope.
I could do without the wind. All right. Finally, people. I would like to kill all the BSers. You want to kill all the people? I just want to kill the BSers.
Okay.
You get them. I get them.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them. It's killing me, Smalls.
All right.
Come on. Just if you're going to have
You want to sleep with any of these people? We didn't do that part. Okay.
But there's some entrepreneurs here who are making stuff happen, and I dig that. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Anything else from you? No.
No. My contribution was long ago used.
It wasn't even there. You're just giving me crap about all the great ideas that I had. Okay, good talk, everybody. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This is the Vegas Video Network, and this show is called Living in Las Vegas. We'll see you in approximately 30-ish seconds, if all goes well.
Few things are as precious as your eyes. They capture a world in motion and a lifetime of moments. Choosing the right doctor for LASIK means understanding there really is a difference. Dr. Richard Rothman and LASIK of Nevada believe that safety, affordability, and the latest technology are important. Call today and get 50% off premium LASIK and $99 a month guaranteed financing. Helping people achieve their best vision on a personal level is the difference at LASIK of Nevada. Call or click 800 New Vision for premium LASIK at the best price.
And we're back.
We are.
You look like, hold on, stop. You look like Mickey Mouse.
I just took some Viagra.
Hello, boys and girls.
I just took some Viagra.
Thanks for having it.
Well, it's, I tell you what, you want to lose some weight? Let's just do the show every day in here.
Okay.
Just do all of your work in here.
Okay, Mr. Happy Pants.
I never realized that perspiration just flows off of your ears.
It does.
Right.
That's why I have very small ears. Large belly, small ears. I look like an elf, actually, or opposite of an elf. Okay, this is the time of the show where it's potpourri for 20, Alex, where we let the live chat ask us the questions. It's completely run by the live chat. We've said that we're going to do this last two shows, and we forgot them. We're not forgetting them today.
Did you write down any of today's questions? You have some from last week as well, right?
Yeah, those had to go.
Oh, there was a couple of good ones.
I forgot them.
Oh,
I lost them.
All right.
I think you probably threw them away, along with we actually discovered that we lost one name last week.
Somebody didn't win last week because I dropped their entry.
You dropped the name. Okay,
yeah,
these are some quick ones here. First of all, when is the second annual Vegas Video Network golf tournament? We had one 2 or 3 years ago. It was outstanding. It was well attended. But it was mostly with people who were on the network.
How well attended was it?
That was about 20 people.
That's cool.
Or so. It was a nice thing. Yeah. Jacob won that tournament.
Right.
There was a playoff thing between Wayne and I that I thought was super important.
Are you a golfer at all?
Not at all.
Okay, so it's for the worst golfer.
Miniature golf.
Miniature golf.
I'll play some miniature golf.
Right.
I will. I can't wait to do a little KISS miniature golf. I haven't done it yet.
We can do it. We'll do a little field trip.
We should do that. Because you play the golf.
I played the golf in college. Well, I can't mean it as much as I used to.
But we shall do that at some point when I feel like somebody would show up. Right now, it'd be you and me. Oh, here we are.
That would be a great little fundraiser for us to do a little charity thing. We'd have a miniature golf tournament at Kiss Mini Golf.
Oh, that's interesting.
And we just have a little entry fee, and we could raise money for a charity.
Look at you.
That'd be kind of fun. Huh. We'd have people show up. Even the live chatters would show up for that.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, would you guys show up for something like that? That'd be kind of fun.
Well, I had a question asking me about when's the next meetup, the Vegas Video Network meetup. We did a lot of those. Actually, living in Las Vegas had a couple of meetups. We did one at Rum Bar.
Right.
It was so cool. It actually started in the live chat. We were doing a live show. Somebody said, hey, I'm going to go to I'm going to be in Vegas. It'd be cool if we had a meetup. Somebody else said that. Then a couple people started talking. I reached out to Rum Bar. In 2 weeks, we organized a meetup at Rum Bar. 45 people were there. Just from all over the country. It was the coolest thing. All
right, we're gonna do it, Jackie. Danny's gonna market it for us. All right, we're gonna do the first annual. Can you do that? That bothers me. Can we kill first annual?
You just want the first
Don't you have to do it more than once to call it an annual? You can have the intention of it being annually,
right,
but until you actually do it,
right, you just gotta call it first.
How about new and improved? It can't be both.
Well, it can't.
It's either improved or it's
new.
New
and improved.
It's not. It's just. It's new then.
Version 2.0
it's just
is
new
and improved.
It's just new.
Well, if it's not, you wouldn't have.
Well, it's better than the other one.
Wait a minute, you don't have
it's
to.
Not improved.
Oh my God!
New.
It's like you've never done software before. Well, you probably haven't. New and improved. It's new because it's not older, and it's improved because I wouldn't do it if it wasn't improved. It's not improved.
Right, but it's the same thing.
All right. So we're gonna do a meetup when I feel
just
more.
Call it the same program that's improved.
Brett and I are gonna do, and we're gonna do full hand combat,
a little mixed martial arts.
All right, okay. So, can you do a review of Javier's at Aria? Actually, we were just there. They used to have the greatest margaritas, jalapeno margaritas, and now they have the probably third greatest, but very, very, very good Mexican restaurant. Right. I measure a Mexican restaurant by their tacos because it's the simple thing, but it's
not their mole.
No. I wanted to see if you can make tacos, and they make good tacos. All right. Next up. Do any shows on the co-op get bought from local TV stations? Well, so that's actually the question's a little bit upside down. Most local TV stations aren't buying local shows, as Brett knows.
Right.
What tends to happen is just the opposite. That people are buying time is called brokered time. Happens on radio, it happens on TV, where you pay to get on that particular thing. And in answer to your question, yes. We have produced content that has ended up on local TVs. Actually, I'm just getting ready to do our first shoot for a show on Friday that's actually syndicated in somewhere in a neighborhood, according to him, about 200 places.
Cool.
That should be pretty fun.
Can we give a shout out very quickly to our two Las Vegas sluggers in Major League Baseball?
You surely
Bryce Harper, who has been in the big leagues since he was 19 years old, and Chris Bryant, who is a rookie for the Chicago Cubs. Bryce played at Las Vegas High School. Chris played at Bonanza High School.
Right.
They played against each other yesterday for the very first time.
Oh.
Today, both of them hit home runs.
Oh, no kidding.
In their game today.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. My sons used to hit
right?
with Chris Bryant when he was back in high school.
Okay.
Very cool. So congratulations to both the fellas.
All right, another one. Have you filmed any commercials in your studio? This is from Vegas Wheat. Yes, we have.
Yeah, and we have some people coming to do some commercials soon.
There you go. What happened to all the booze from the cocktail set?
It's been consumed in my belly.
It's in my belly, as you can
get in my belly.
Actually, if you were at the new Vegas Video Studios, we have a break room, and all that booze is there. Sometimes, well, I hate to say this, but Brett drinks it before he shoots his, what's new?
I do not. I'm fully inebriated for those.
Okay, next one. Do you have any music recording equipment? And if so, do you record local bands? I do have musical recording equipment in this studio. I don't have the right kind of stuff to do that in the big studio. So, no, I don't record any local bands. I record my own stuff, though. And then I think that was the last one. Any more? I think that's it.
All right.
That's awesome. Thanks, everybody, for the live chat questions. You guys are quite clearly the best people in the world. And you know what that makes me feel like, don't you?
Time for a Haddam?
Oh, yeah. Come on. All right.
The good news is Chan is still with us.
So Chan made the over-under.
Attaway Chan.
We had her at 45.
Danny's still here, too. What time is it? It's about 12:15. Danny's still here.
Danny's still in. Okay,
Good
so
job,
this is
Danny.
Have a Drink on Me. This is the part of the show where I share with you a bar that I've been to. I show you a picture, and then if you can guess the name of that bar, you win some amazing things. What do you win, Scott? Well, you can win a drink on me, which is an awesome win. Or maybe you're a dressy kind of guy. Of course you are, or gal. You get one of these, the Vegas Video Network visor. By the way, that's not some sticker. That's embroidered right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Danny gets one because she bribed me, and she's kind of awesome. Or if you like the music, and who doesn't? We all do. Well, then you can listen to one of these great things, whatever. Do you like Christmas?
I love Christmas.
Do you?
Sure.
Well, then you
Love
get
it.
to have either Christmas Acoustic or Christmas Acoustic 2. These are great.
I should try Christmas. I can't do Christmas. What do you say? How do you say it? Christmas acoustic. I can't do 2 without knowing 1, so I feel like I won't know what's going on.
I get that.
So I should do number 1 first.
You know, usually the second CD is not as good as the first. In this case, the second
better?
CD is better.
So it's Rocky 2.
Yeah, it is Rocky 2.
It's Rocky 2. Best sequel of all time?
Or, it's pretty good. Or...
Okay.
There it is.
It's a big
jazz-a-thon.
glare.
Hey, wait a minute, Scott. Maybe you want to...
I love how you still have the wrapping on it.
Yeah, it's retail quality here. We're not messing around.
Yeah.
I would like to know if I can listen to this ahead of time. Well, of course you can. You can go on Spotify. That's right. We're on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute.
Can I
I'm
play
an
it for
Apple
free
guy.
on the Spotify?
You certainly can. Free on Spotify.
Why is it free? Why
That's how
is it free on
Spotify works.
iTunes? iTunes also?
No, you have to pay for it on iTunes.
Oh, okay, 99
But
cents.
Spotify,
There
you
go.
can get it for free. If you're
I have a dumb question. You know how we downloaded the KSHP app the other day on Google Play?
I do.
I'm trying to find how you do that on the App Store, and I can't figure out how to find it.
Who did your app?
I want to create a link to put on my website to say, here, click this button and buy the app on.
Oh, you can do that.
I'm telling you, I can't figure out how to do it.
It's already on the App Store. You just want a link to it.
Right.
Right?
But I can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that's there.
I need help.
Well, okay.
Can you help me?
I think I can. I should be able to.
All right.
Well, we'll see. So all that's available. But here's the great news. This is something that we've just started this week, this moment, and that is this. If you have submitted your guess to Have a Drink on Me, and it was correct,
right?
That's important, by the way. Oh, I forgot to do one thing.
What was that?
Here's what it looks like when you wear the visor. Doesn't matter if you're an older gentleman, you look great. You're a woman, you look great. You're a dude, you look great. Maybe you're a recent winner of the visor, like Michael, who's got an AARP shirt, which cracks.
That is hilarious.
He just sent me that picture today. Boom, baby. Everybody looks good. There it is. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay. But here's what's happening that's super special. If you're in the live chat right now as this segment is being recorded live and you've submitted a correct question, we're going to give you double your entries.
Cool.
What?
That means we're going to have a loaded hat.
Yes, we got, by the way, this Have a Drink on Me was the most submitted Have a Drink in the history of living in Las Vegas.
Have a drink on
We received
me.
34 entries. 34 entries for our Have a Drink on Me. Now, we had to take 2 out. One of them is for Mike Q, who won last week, and we don't allow you to win 2 weeks in a row, you greedy bastard, you. And somebody sent in a Have a Drink on Me thing with no answer. It just said, Bill. I'm like, Bill? You're going to have to give me a little bit more than just your name. Okay, so here is a reminder, is last week's Have a Drink on Me. The hints from last week were...
Velvet. This is Elvis's velvet room.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know he had a velvet room, did you?
No, very few people do.
Yeah.
So this is the last week's Have a Drink on Me. The hints were, it's called Fireside Lounge. It's called Fireside Lounge. And then the third
called
hint...
Don't You Dare Sit on That Furniture, because God knows what's on it.
Right. It's called If You... Well, the good news is there's a lot of black lights in there.
Dr.
And if there was
Richard
any...
Rothman
Well,
and
stop
LASIK
that.
Nevada.
Stop it.
Guess what? Scott hit the wrong button again.
Well, that never happens, really. Here's the thing that's crazy about that. If you actually bring up a good point. Some people are afraid about things. But the good news about this is that there's a lot of black lights in there. If there were any kind of protein-based content on that, we'd probably see it.
You probably would.
It'd probably be glowing. So
gun.
There's a good chance that place right there is probably the cleanest bar in all of Las Vegas because they've got CSI black lights all over it, is my guess. Okay, so here we go. Lots and lots of people. Let's get the hat out.
Oh, hat.
Now we got to kind of keep track who's in here so we can create the second one. So first, let's see.
We're not pre-prepared?
Well, how could I be? I have to look at it in real time. What do you mean pre-prepared? Okay, so Sam Seagar, she's not in there. Shannon, I think Shannon is.
I see no Shannon.
I thought Shannon was in there.
There's been no Shannon.
Oh, he was in there and he bailed. That's too bad. So he's from Neon Vegas. Dawn Verdau, who's won 1,000 times. Actually, a picture of her. Alan Perry, who... Oh, wait a minute. Was that a print? Oh, shoot. Wrong, guys. What? Stand by. Wait, that's print? That's print?
Oh, and the show has come to a screeching halt.
Oh, man. Oh, that's right. Sorry. There it is. Okay. Danny, who's in the live chat. Boom. She gets another one.
Here, why don't you give me those? I'll write down the extra one. We'll save you some good lord.
There you go. Danny, she gets a double.
Suddenly, Adam is going to take now 6 years.
Okay, how about this for a great name? Marcio Cugat Gilhoran.
Wow.
That's fancy, right?
Like him.
Who knew that somebody that fancy would watch our show? He's not in the live chat.
Okay.
T-Town, Jessica Groves is not in the live chat. I know that.
T-Town.
That's what she calls herself. Steve I do not see
Steve I
in the live chat.
I haven't seen him all night.
I see him right there.
Where?
I have the ability to see everybody who's in the live chat.
Oh, you do?
Yep. So he's in the live chat.
He has not chatted
Steve
in a while, has he? All right, Steve I, I'll put him in there.
Put him in there. Steve gets a double. Way to go, Stevie. Nick Nichols, who's a co-op member, by the way, one of my favorite guys, super nice guy. He's not in the live chat, but he's got in there. Jackie Davidson, she's in the live chat. Jackpot.
Okay.
Put her in there. Jackie gets a double. Nice.
Jack. Oops.
And Jim S., who's from California, PA. We've talked about him or to him before. He's in there, but he's not in the live chat. Monica Fagan, I don't believe is in the live chat. Adam, who is Malia's husband, not in the live chat. We're going to create a new rule, and the new rule is simply this: if the husband and wife are going to play, and I love that move, it's a good move. 2 different email addresses can't be the same email address. Which is what this was, but from now on, that's what it's going to be. But here's Adam. Boop. He's in there. Brad from Baton Rouge. I don't think Brad's in the live chat.
Baton Rouge.
Dave Tiemann. Tyman. He's a first-time player that I'm aware of. Dave's in there. And then somebody who's clearly a spy, CJ3942. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Isn't that awesome? I believe CIA. And then Eric Hansen, who's also CIA. Okay.
Is that it?
No, we've just begun. Okay. Good Steven Lord. From Ontario. Steven says, hey, great show, guys. Keep up the great work. I just wanted you to hear that.
Thank you, Stephen, from Ontario, California, or Ontario, Canada, our home and native land. Whereabouts over there,
Nick Grumwell from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, nice. My nephew is a student in Kalamazoo, Michigan at Western Michigan University.
Here's what Nick says. Nick says, loves the show, watch every week, so glad that you're back, and sorry Brett is trying to take over the show.
What's his name again? I hate Kalamazoo.
I don't know what that was now. John Herman, who I already owe a drink. I'll be taking him out for a drink in a couple weeks. John says, don't need to say anything funny because Drinky Pants, that'd be you,
That's
by the
me,
way.
Baby.
That's funny. Do that again. Drinky Pants. Boing.
That's me, baby.
Drinky Pants from Chicago thinks he knows what pizza is.
I'm not from Chicago. Well, I'm not from Chicago, and I'd be happy to talk to you about pizza. Only 6-year-olds eat cheese pizza.
You created a shitstorm.
Develop your palate, folks.
Right. Michael Gerswinski.
I want to talk about that.
We just showed him. He's a guy in the AARP. Thanks for the visor. He says he actually has to fight off the women now.
No kidding. I think that AARP shirt does
that's it. There he is. I get it too. Look at him. He's a good-looking man.
Nice goatee going on there. Looks good.
He's happy. He's probably retired, living a good life.
Yeah, he's got the flowers behind him there.
Mike, baby. Attaboy.
Good looking.
Carol McNeese. She's our UK person. She's actually got a couple. She's a big fan. She loves you.
Thank you.
Maybe we should rename Arches at Whitneyville to Ye Arse over Tip after the story that you told me.
Very nice. Yes.
I don't really hope Carol wins. Jeff.
Mike is keeping score of something. He says apparently you're winning 9-0.
Who I am? Oh, I'm kidding.
I don't know how. Based on what, Mike?
It doesn't matter. Jeff, somebody, crap. Thanks for coming back. He does miss Dave and Alicia. I'm sorry, they've been missing now for 2 years. Neil Mitchell, my good friend from Mitchell.
By the way, that's the cuss clock. It's 9-0. You.
Oh, you're not even close. I'm at 12.
Okay, so you must have missed 3, but none of them are mine. They're all yours. I expect. Now, by the way, last week, if you did not see this last week, Scott produced some really cool graphic of all the cussing that went on in the show and had 85% attributed to Brett.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now it's like 97% you. And this is like the Seinfeld episode. How long can you be the master of your domain, the king of your castle?
Yes.
I can outlast you.
Let me just give you some feedback on that graphic. That graphic was a lie.
But it was pretty cool.
It was a very good graphic.
Yeah, it was.
But it was a complete lie. You've never outcussed me, please.
Exactly.
Neil Mitchell, he loves this place, and yet it's another place where we have had drinks with the Whitneys. Yes,
there you go.
Jamie Collier, who is also a co-op member. She had a blind date there. Said it was a horrible blind date.
At the co-op?
Yes. We're bringing people together at the co-op.
You mean at the Fireside Lounge? Okay.
And she said it was a horrible date, but she liked the place. And then, of course, there's Glenn Santa, who is one. It's nothing witty, but tell your co-host that, oh, crap. The name of his town is a wonderful place to live. Can't read it. Damn it. He's also wrong that we get 2 months of weather. Syracuse. You said something bad about Syracuse.
I said it snows a lot in Syracuse.
He said
it is a nice town.
We get 2 months of great weather.
They get 2 months. Yeah, it's called July and August.
Ken Anderson is in the live chat. Ken's in there right now.
I got to get Ken. Hang on.
He loves the live chat group, and he's looking forward to the first Vegas Video Network meetup. Well, so am I, Ken.
All right.
So now he gets double the entries
You're
in
in,
there.
Ken.
Boom. And then Jill Springman, who thinks, thanks, I win. Nope, you didn't. That's not how we play. Okay.
Are we done?
No. Now.
You still got more?
We got more.
Good Lord.
Let's talk about this.
I'm not sure we can make this this segment any longer.
This is actually one of my favorite segments.
All right.
Okay. Alan. Actually, I'll have you read them off, and then I'll read what they wrote, because those are all printed ones.
All right.
So that first one is...
David Yurden.
Oh, wait.
That's Dawn.
Go Alan first.
Well, you flipped it over.
I'm sorry.
Alan Perry.
Here's what Alan says.
Alan Perry.
Alan says, the Had a Drink on Me bar for episode 215 is a Fireside Lounge in Peppermill. Love this place. When we were staying at the north end of the strip, we would generally stop by the Fireside Lounge for their specialty drinks. The oatmeal cookie martini.
That sounds disgusting.
That sounds horrible. Hey, thanks for the heads up about your Good Jazzathon album on Spotify. My wife, Erin, and I really enjoy the music.
There's Erin.
Erin is in there, and she's got a pretty funny little thing as well. Are the Have a Drink on Me CDs that you offer up on the podcast also original music? So the answer to that is the Christmas CDs, no. Those are all Christmas songs that you probably know and love. And for Good Jazzathon, all the songs are original except for 2. One of them is Malagueña, and one of them is called Corcovado. So please pick out my name. Great work on the podcast. Erin and I have a short trip to Vegas. They're probably here right now, as a matter of fact. I plan turning her onto the Living in Las Vegas podcast and the drive to town and cheers and everything. Okay, so he's in there. And then you've got Erin as well, right?
I do. Erin
wrote in as well. See, tag team.
Our wife.
I love that. I think it's smart. Now, Erin writes, hey, Scott, I'm a new listener. My husband, Al, made me listen to your podcast. I really related to Brett's cancer story episode a while back. Thank you, Brett, for sharing.
You're welcome.
My guest for this week's drink is a Peppermill place called Fireside Lounge. We've been there. I recognize the photo. Sure hope with that we win. We are doubling up our chances by having me submit a guess. Erin, P.S. This is total BS. Al made me do this. He really wants to win this damn thing. We'll be in Vegas during this week's show. I doubt that we're going to be wasting our valuable Vegas time watching your live chat.
Wow. Well, hey, you know what?
So this is his way of trying to even the playing field. Started off real nice.
Yeah. It took a nasty turn.
She got a little testy,
It went onto a dirt road, into a ditch.
I like that, right?
All right. Stuart, our favorite Russian.
Oh, Stuart says, I am sensing a theme for Have a Drink on Me. A few weeks ago, we had Ignite. Now we have Fireside. I'm guessing it's a reflection on how hot the show is. I desperately need a visor to shield me from the heat and light coming off the presenters.
That's very nice. That's good. That's paying attention is what that is.
He is.
I have Pat. Is that Huey?
Pat Huey.
Baba
the
Booey.
answer for this week's Haddam is Peppermill Fireside Lounge.
Well, we know that.
So here's some fun facts. Since pool season is here, fun fact, a chlorinated pool kills the herpes virus.
Thanks for sharing.
So go ahead and enjoy the resort pool or pools at Arches at Whitney Villa. Hey, here's a tip, kids. If you have herpes,
Stay out of your pool.
I'd rather you not come by.
Next one up is Malia Denoff.
Malia has a really interesting one. You can't wear a hat in there. You can't wear any head covering at the Peppermill bar.
Really?
Yeah, and she can't.
Poor kid.
She's Jewish, so yarmulkes, turbans, headscarves.
Boy.
Or if you've got like cancer,
you
can't do any of that.
Why?
And so it's just interesting. Here's why I know she's right, because oftentimes she's a habitual liar. No, here's why. So we were New Year's Eve about 3 years ago. We met up with the Ivies. We had dinner over at Capitol Grill, and they had dinner over at El Segundo Sol. We met up, had a couple of drinks, and we decided, hey, let's walk over to Peppermill.
Right.
To the Fireside Lounge. So we walk over there, we're having a good time. And at the time, David was wearing a top hat.
Right.
It's New Year's Eve. A top hat. Seems pretty reasonable. We walk in there, and they immediately say, you can't wear the hat. We're like, wait a minute.
Because that's the new gang symbol of the Crips. I mean, why?
It was so weird. We're like, wait a minute.
New Year's Eve.
That's what we said. I said, it's
what if you had a Celebrate 2014 hat?
You might as well have had that.
It's my birthday. I have a birthday
nope,
hat. You
have to take off the hat or you have to leave. So we left.
Yeah.
Like, we're not putting up with that crap.
I would agree with that. But why is that?
I don't know.
I'd love to find out the reason why.
I don't know.
Next one up is Sam Seegars.
Sam, our good friend Sam, used to be a member of the Vegas Video Network. That one's Peppermill. We used to go there on Sunday mornings about 12 years ago for amazing Bloody Marys.
That's good.
And to watch football. Damn good Bloody Marys.
Not so good football.
Haven't
Dawn Yerderden.
Dawn, who recently won. She's this is Dawn right here, by the way. Boink.
Yeah, we saw Dawn.
There she is. She's pretty. First of all, I think I should get 2 entries because A, I'm there in the live chat in spirit, but I'm unable to stay awake in the live chat. And well, you know what? Here's what I say. Danny can do it. Danny is normally here in Vegas.
Right.
She's in Orlando, Florida. So she is suffering. And she's in the live chat. So I'm sorry, Dawn. A doesn't work. I'm a heck of a nice gal. Well, so's everybody. We're all very nice. And C, how about if I win, Scott and Brett has a drink on Dawn, or Sab Haddad, which doesn't spell anything.
All right.
We got a couple more.
Oh, my God.
I know we do.
I have no more left.
What happened to the ones that you did?
You gave me the ones I had.
Neon, really?
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's one. That's a. Yeah, one more. Neon. We didn't read it. Yeah. Okay. 440 potential people in there to win. Let's see. Oh, Alan,
the hat is overflowing today. We're going to flip it around. We're going to shuffle them up.
Shuffle up and deal.
We're going to move the middle to the bottom and the top to the middle and the middle to the top and the bottom to the middle.
Unbelievably.
There's a song there somewhere.
Number of people in there.
Mike Q wants a recount. A recount of what?
Dig deep, Danny says. Mine's at the bottom. Danny's got 2 in there. Well, you've already won, Danny, so top. Actually you're in a pretty good place.
Flowing at the top. Okay. No looky, no leaky, no peeky. There's our winner.
Okay, let's see it. Who is it?
Glenn. What's Glenn's last name?
Santa?
Glenn Santa.
I think he went before.
Santa Claus.
There's that greedy bastard.
Well, then you shouldn't let people be eligible to win.
I'm going to change that.
Scott's checking his list. He's checking it twice.
Winners.
Santa is a... Did he win before? I didn't pick it. I'm sorry. Airport Limo wants a recount.
No. Glenn,
see, you were thrown under the bus by an ungrateful host for your participation.
Glenn, you might get one of those.
Glenn's going to give you one of these.
Or I think we need
There's Glenn.
We need more air conditioning.
More air conditioning. Just wait till it gets hot.
You get a little testy.
I tell you what, we're going to rename the show. Living in the Sauna in Las Vegas.
For love God, big baby.
Podcast.
Let's have a real broadcaster, please. Okay, so Glenn wins lots of stuff. I'm so happy for Glenn. And he's Santa, which means Christmas is going to be good for me.
People that broadcast on the equator are not this hot.
Oh, my God, you're such a girl.
Boy, it's so humid. All right. Also,
let's take one more break so we can listen to Brett cry.
How about an air conditioning sponsor? You got an AC sponsor so I can at least feel better?
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's never going to end with you. This is not, no. I may not even play that because you're being such a pain in my ass. Okay, here we go.
Outside and cool off.
Let's just be quiet, okay? Take a little break and we'll be right back. Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
Dr. Richard Rothman and LASIK of Nevada believe that safety, affordability, and the latest technology are important. Call today and get 50% off premium LASIK and $99 a month guaranteed financing. Call or click 800-NEW-VISION for premium LASIK at the best price.
Time for the donut. Hey, come on.
Yeah, that's funny. You're talking over my commercial. You're not talking over Dr. Rothman.
He's paying me.
My humor is worth more. You're hungry. I know you are. You want cocktails. Hell yes, you do. Call the Walking Gourmet and enjoy a great food tour today. Walking never tasted so good. That song, by the way, is 100%. Stop the music because you screwed up again. Hey, what's next week's Haddam? I'm just asking.
God. How can that happen again?
Ken, thank you. It is a good song. Like my good friend Roger, who's a local attorney in town and a master pianist. Pianist. Created that himself. He's also my partner.
Why aren't you watching me closer on that?
Well, you pushed the button for doctor, and I even said, don't forget, and you pushed the doctor button.
Why? Okay, so unbelievable.
Well, it's because you
know what it is.
I think this segment's about to last an hour long. This segment is about to last.
You know what? We're only at a 1:35.
Yeah, I know. We haven't gotten to listener emails.
No, it's not gonna take very long. No, we're actually doing pretty good. Okay. This have a drink on
See, Mike says you're having heat stroke.
God, I feel like
as you're wiping your brow.
It's unbelievable. No, this is me going, you know what? What the hell is happening here? All right, here it is.
We're doing the show in our
this week's bikinis. Have a drink on me. This is going to be a hard one.
You'll be wearing the bro.
This is a tough one here. I'm not messing around. That one we had so many.
I will give a clue. This
know?
is a favorite of Scott's for a small-scale live musica.
Oh, it's a very good
loves
place.
this place.
It's a good place for live music, people.
I'd like to know which hotel this is in. You'll have to tell me off air. Number 2 clue. Excellent people watching, especially ladies with short skirts and tall heels.
Yeah, there's a club there. People would walk by or go into that club. It's hysterical. They're like giraffes, newborn giraffes, kind of wobbling on their heels. They walk right. There was
a video last week of a girl graduating from high school on the football field, and she had the 9,000-foot heels on, and she went off the track onto the field, and she was like you just said, a giraffe. It took her about 20 steps before she finally went. She landed in the band. She landed on the saxophonist.
That place is great. Okay, and then here's the third one. I have to read this. It's located somewhere near the center of the city. Oh, wait a minute. Or is that city center?
I don't know. Things that make you go,
City center, maybe. Is it a chance that I may have already talked about the casino in which this bar is located?
I know the answer.
Maybe. If you know the answer, Brett
how about a different clue?
You would send an email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com
that's my cue.
Well, you just, say it.
Have a drinky poo at vegasvideonetwork.com.
Yeah, and that's right.
You got to put on your broadcasting voice and say, "Killer." If you think you know what that is, you send an email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com.
Racers Hot Rodders. That's right. Come on down now to the big game where you will win this bar.
My favorite commercial of all time.
There it is.
The FedEx commercial where the guy was talking really fast. Remember those back in the day?
I do. Kind
of. You want a vacation with plenty to do? I'll give you a vacation with plenty to do. You go play the game. You can go away. That is,
do you see that
it's a beautiful looking bar. Yes, I do.
That pink glow.
Is that real?
Here's the fourth clue.
Oh.
Only for people listening.
That's like a fertilized egg.
The fourth clue is a fertilized egg. No, the fourth clue is actually the logo and name of the bar.
Oh, you actually nicely
blurted out.
You did that. You were able to do that.
Of course I am. What do you think?
Color number 7's going to win tickets to go see the Eagles.
I made you a liar last week by saying that you did all the cussing. That was easy.
Yeah, right now you are losing 9 or 10 to 13 to nothing.
Okay, have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com. Okay. You know what we might want to do?
Push the button.
Let me find my thing. Who's never said that before?
Go. My guess is we're not going to get 33 choices this time.
No, this is going to be a hard one. By the way, that little scream there.
That hurt a little bit.
Woo!
Little bit.
That'll turn you into a real man. That's all I'm going to tell you right there.
Or a soprano.
Okay, this is
a eunuch. I think you're a eunuch.
Email.
Are there any from the girls?
What
Do I get to carry it?
I'm unique. Let's say it correctly.
Oh, okay.
I am not.
They're spelled
unique.
differently.
There
Danny says it hurt her ears.
On air. Well, that's right.
Well, it's a good way to clean out the earwax.
That's right.
It'll break it if it's locked in there pretty good.
We do have girls.
We have several.
We have a couple. Carol does too, so you're going to get both of those.
Okay. I'd like to know. I like where they tell us where they're from.
Carol is from the UK. She's from Birmingham.
Oh, Carol's my UK friend.
Yeah, Birmingham. So let me read the first one. I've got 3 and you've got 2. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, this is actually kind of an interesting one. This is from Ken, who's in the live chat right now. He just reviewed an old episode 106. That was, I think, from 1994.
That was my theme last week.
Yeah. And wanted to update you on some of the businesses and restaurants that you visited. This is fascinating. So this, I don't even know when we did that show. I think he said 2011. So this is 4 years ago. Just wanted to send along these notes. You may want to revisit these places or not. Grin. Okay, so you talked about Anthony Coole's proposed new swingers club at the Plaza. I can't find it anywhere. That's because it closed down.
About a week later.
It didn't last very long. It was a really interesting idea.
Ken said 2012 is when that show was, 3 years ago.
Oh, was it? Okay. So it actually had a miniature golf course in the bar. Some reason it didn't take off.
Shocking.
But I got to give it for Anthony Cools. He actually, that year, he tried a whole bunch of things.
Right.
None of them worked.
Including his show.
No, his show's killing it.
It was good.
His show, he's still doing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it, Paris. Killing it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, he's doing all right. There. Okay, Nikki Beach at the Tropicana, not there.
No.
Tropicana's kind of
barely there.
They just got bought, as a matter of fact. Then you mentioned Tivoli Village. Very much enjoyed Brio. It's still there. It's actually kicking ass or expanding, as a matter of fact. Love that place. He mentioned he mentions the Jeff White custom jewelry. That was very expensive. Also, he mentioned that Echo and Rig, the butcher and steakhouse, was there, and it's my favorite place to eat here.
It wasn't around there 3 years ago.
No. He said it grew. Yeah, right. And it did. And then the View Bar. He said, I didn't mention the View Bar wine and kitchen. And here's
That's
why.
That's upstairs.
Yeah, here's why.
It's a weird spot.
God, it's a really weird setup. But here is when I first discovered it, I thought, "Oh, this is pretty cool." So, it's kind of it's like in the
I don't like it.
It's like in a hallway,
right?
Kinda
with a little itty bitty boutique-y, like here's a hair salonist, there's a lady selling necklaces, and in 50 square foot spots.
Yeah. And it has a view of the parking circle where you do valet parking.
Right.
But here's the weird thing. And this happened twice, and I decided I didn't want to talk about it, but I will now. So both times, the waiter came out, and we just had a couple glasses of wine or whatever. And when he came to pour it, both times, 2 different guys, by the way, it was like this.
We just joined rehab.
And I'm like, what's with the shakes, bud? I didn't say that. This is, Scott thought, why is he shaking like this? And I'm like, well, he's probably nervous. First time, customer, who knows? So that the first time that happened, I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Just give me my mall back or whatever. Next time, it's a completely different guy. Here's your wine, sir. I'm like, what? What is
some tasty
happening?
gin.
So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's in the water or the wine, but I'm not going back until these people stop shaking. So, but Tivoli's killing it. They're actually expanding. So I like it a lot. Okay.
All right, let me read Carol's first of 2 emails. Hi, Scott and Brett.
Hi.
Now, we should do this in alphabetical order. It should always be hi, Brett and Scott. Alphabetize. Yes. Okay. I found the bocce ball story hilarious, especially Brett's embellished story. Did I embellish? Did you not fall on your ass? Yes, you did.
I did not fall.
The 5-year-old girl...
ass is okay, right?
Yeah.
I'm not believing
No, we're
ass.
good with that.
Right, good.
The 5-year-old girl pestering Scott to play reminded me of when I, too, was a little girl and pestered my father, she said Dad, to fix my punctured space hopper. My dad, like Scott, also sent me away telling me he would only fix the puncture once all the air had come out and the hole was bigger. So I grabbed a pair of sharp scissors. I made the hole a lot bigger, went back to my dad and said, "Hey, Dad, look, the hole's a lot bigger now." My dad was not a happy man. Please keep the funny stories coming.
How would you respond if your kid did that?
I would just take it and throw it in the garbage and see how's that.
He's like, all right, man. That's
There you go.
not going to work out.
Ain't happening.
We're not doing
Are we saving these? Or are we?
No.
Okay. All right, there you go.
All right. Next up.
Go ahead.
John Herman, Hawaiian pizza is not pizza.
All right, I tend to agree. Go ahead.
You may as well have taco pizza, which I thought that was kind of funny. Pizza with nothing but cheese and sauce is the test of a pizzeria.
No, it's not. If you want to test a pizza, it's not. Okay, if you want to go to the most basic, rudimentary pizza there is, you do the margherita, which is the sauce, the cheese, basil, and tomatoes, right? That is about the most standard, little bit of nothing on it, Italian pizza. So if you go to Italy and you want to say, "Give me a cheese pizza," they're going to give you a margherita, all right? So that's what we're talking about. It's tomatoes, it's basil, it's cheese. That would be the test. And guess what? There's fucking tomatoes on it. All right? And basil. Take that.
It's a nice shade of red you've turned. Red. Adding toppings just hides the basic pizza recipe.
No, that's wrong.
But Brett, parenthetically Brent,
You
wouldn't understand that because he's from Chicago.
I'm not from Chicago.
And they think pizza is
Could you
a
insult me
casserole.
anymore?
John, a real New Yorker.
John, pizza was not invented in New York. I know you think everything is invented in New York, and everything's bigger and better in New York. Yes, the crime and the weather, yes. For number one. Number two, I'm not from Chicago. All right? Number three, I'm from St. Louis. All right? So let's get that together. And pizza, let's go to Italy, and you want to sample the best, then you go and you get some Roma style or a little Tuscan style and ask for the margherita pizza, and then you can test them. There you go.
I just want to apologize on behalf of the Vegas Video Network for my co-host's unnecessary rant.
It wasn't unnecessary.
Anger.
It needs to be done. It needs to be done.
He clearly is.
It's all in good fun. John.
Anti-Italian. He clearly
I am Italian. What are you talking about?
Grant is Italian?
I'm 75% Italian. My wife's 100% Italian.
You're Grant.
My mother maiden name is D'Alto. My grandmother was born in Pisa. My grandfather is born in Naples. Unfortunately, on my father's side, he's a mutt.
So barely you're Italian. Okay, fine.
No, my wife is 100%. My wife is first generation.
Hey, look,
Italian.
I'm just trying to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. You met my wife. She know.
Yeah, I know.
She know a paisano to you?
She clearly is.
And she's a fluent. Speaks fluent Italian. By the way.
Is Grant your radio name? That's your real last
No,
name.
honestly, that is my real name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett Grant.
It really is. I have two first
Hi, I'm
names.
Brett Grant.
And ironically, if you take my middle name and my, being Catholic, my confirmation name, Daniel and Joseph, and you look at my career, my middle initials are DJ. Isn't that kind of
look at that.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Okay.
Not on purpose. I was like 12 when that happened.
You
But
may read your next question.
this is also from Carol in the UK.
Arguably our biggest fan
She bothered to write us twice.
ever.
Can I suggest a challenge for you both? And once again, she says, "Hi, Scott and Brett." Come on, Carol, get it straight.
I think Carol knows what's going on.
A challenge to both of you that either one of you introduces Haddam as they go do 2 minutes into this video at Carnival Court.
So this video is
right.
a flair bartender.
Okay. Well, you have the bottles, the drinks, and the glasses on your show every week, so why not? Now, wouldn't it be fun? Don't forget to tell the kids not to try this at home, though. Perhaps Brett the Stud, God bless you, could prove that he is, in fact, a true stud. Am I supposed to drop my pants?
How
What does she want me to
exactly
do?
are you going to do that?
By juggling bottles?
Yeah. So I like Carol. Carol came out to Vegas for the first time. Hadn't done a lot of traveling. Came out with a friend. She's a friend of Stewart's.
I did enjoy the movie Cocktail when they were flipping.
And
with
who didn't?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. She's a good friend of Carol. She came out to Vegas, had a really good time with her. Super sweet girl, gal, woman, whatever. She's not very bright. And here's what I mean by that. She's sweet and all, but for the love of God, nobody likes a flair bartender except for the people who have already been served. I've been served. Man, I want you to flare all day. Fly, do. I want fire. I want flipping. But if you're making my drink, hey, Quickie, little buddy.
Right.
Give me my rum and Coke and shut the hell up.
No, you're with it. Yeah. Then you can flip it around.
This show
It's kind of like the guy at Benihana.
Oh, see, I
Just
love
cook
that.
my food.
No,
I love it too. I like it when they do the train.
I gotta have the volcano.
I like
I'm a
that too.
volcano guy.
I like when he does a train.
What are you gonna do? But here, so this show is long enough. What we don't need is go, hey, before this episode, let's do some flair. Right. That's probably not going to go. Okay, last question. This is from Ira. Ira wants to know, planning a trip to Vegas. I'm curious about the Bootlegger Bistro. Wondering about food, pricing, local talent gathered there, and they play on certain days. Any input would be appreciated. Thanks, loyal Living in Las Vegas podcast viewer, Ira Astrop. I will tell you that the time to go to Bootlegger Bistro is Mondays.
Monday nights. Yep, Monday nights.
Kelly Clinton does the cabaret thing there. It really attracts a fascinating group of people. Some major headliners who are on the strip, and then people who are up and coming as well.
Indeed.
It's really a pretty cool inside thing. Also, what's neat about it, it used to be called Celebrity Karaoke. And it migrated to this more open mic cabaret kind of thing, which I think was a great idea.
Right.
And it's, like I said, hosted by Kelly Clinton Holmes. Kelly, who was the most recent host of Talk Tales, is excellent. She is born for that kind of deal.
Cool.
So highly recommend that place.
There you go. Bootlegger.
Good food, by the way.
They're very good Italian food.
They're well, you would know. They're and they have a really good cheese pizza. I understand.
Don't start me. Don't start with me.
Okay, you know what that means. That's the end of the show, kids.
Already?
1 hour, 50 minutes. Pretty much called it.
Yeah, you did. Pretty close. Hey, we should tell people they want to send us an email and ask us a question, and we can read it on air.
Let's do that.
Email us. I like the music. You could have the music going. We no reason to end the. Is that Gajazathon?
This is from Gajazathon. This song
very
is
nice. It's very soothing.
Gin and Tonic is the name of this song.
Yeah, you've played it before.
Yes. Please tell us.
I want to hear Tequila Sunrise.
Where
on air Q at you just got rid of my lower third. On air Q at livinginlv.com.
Ask us.
Should I do it in my barely white voice?
Please do it.
I need to have a cold, actually. When you're all stuffed up and suddenly like, wow, I sound like just like Barry White. Barely White. Yeah. On air Q at livinginlv.com. As always, Scott, it was not a pleasure, but I appreciate your time.
If you want to do some on air Q, baby, this is what you're talking about. On air Q at Living. Get out there. I'll take care.
Thanks, Danny, for hanging in there on the live chat.
Danny wins a Vegas Video Network Visor.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. She was listening while her roommate was snoring. She had the earbuds in, and she was listening to the show.
Because Danny's awesome.
Good job,
man. That's what all right. Hey, how do you find us and do stuff? You want to read that, or you want me to do that? I'll do it.
Oh, go ahead, sure.
Hey, voicemail. You can go to our website. You can see, if you go to our website, as a matter of fact, you'll see on the right-hand side a little tab that says, click this thing. If you do that, little thing will come up. By the way,
click this thing.
People from KSHP actually click that thinking that they're going to be able to talk to me about something that they ordered at KSHP. Yeah. That actually happened. It's a real story. Or you can check us out on other kind of social media stuff. If you're listening to us on iTunes, God bless you, give us a 5-star review. Or you can find us besides on iTunes on YouTube, KSHP. It's 50-50. Roku, just approaching 31,000 devices installed. We're on Stitcher. We're on, I just remembered, Chromecast. You can get us on Chromecast. Vegas Video Network, Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. I'm Scott. That is an unknown man who has no right being in this studio.
Thanks for joining us, folks. You have a lovely week.
We'll see you guys probably next time. Take care. And that's it. Bye. Stopping the recording.
Okay, I don't think website.